It's fucking Tuesday.
It's
You know what that means, right?
fucking Tuesday.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, closer to the weekend, but at the
Closer to
beginning
Monday,
of the week,
for sure.
which sucks.
Not as
but,
close as Friday.
You know.
But what it really means is that we're 2 days away from the start of the NFL football season.
Pretty nuts, man. I don't even think people even understand or even know or remember that that shit's starting in a couple days.
I'm still skeptical, but the NFL says it's going to happen. I should probably start off with saying that it's we're recording on Sunday, September 6th, 2020. And we want to welcome all the new listeners. We've gotten exposed to a lot of people. We've had a lot of big opportunities, and we do have a big announcement for the show.
Yeah, we do.
We are officially a sponsored show. We have our first sponsor.
Yeah.
Which is super fucking awesome.
It really is like some sick shit.
Our first sponsor for the show is the Alamo City Cheeseheads. It's a Packers club here in San Antonio that I've been a part of for about 5 years now. The club is really cool because the vibe of the club very much fits the vibe of the show. And a little less so in regards to like POC culture and stuff because the club is a little more inclusive, family oriented. Basically what it is it's a Packers club here in San Antonio where we all get together every single week. We meet at the same bar every week. And, we do drinks and they show the game on all the there's projectors. The Packer games are on all the TVs. A whole bunch of people come out. They'll have food for us. And they'll pick kids every week to run around with flags around like the club and stuff. And whenever we score touchdowns and shit. And
are they open? Or will they be open?
Likely won't be meeting this year. Like I believe that we won't.
It's not going to even open up
because of COVID.
Yeah.
We're not going to be doing anything this year, but once things eventually go back to normal, I think next season will probably pick back up.
Yeah.
But me being a member of the club, the president took notice of it, and they wanted to personally support us. So we just want to give a huge shout out to them. Like you guys are fucking awesome. It's awesome that people are seeing what we're doing and they want to be able to support us and to be more successful. So big shout out to the Alamo City Cheeseheads.
Yeah, that's love.
Y'all are the fucking shit.
That's
I love
love.
you guys. And thank you for seeing in us what we're hoping that we could, eventually grow into, So shout out to you guys for sure. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the NBA. They started handing out awards this past week. We got Ingram getting Most Improved Player. How do you feel about that? It seemed like kind of a no-brainer, right?
I mean, it was pretty. Yeah, that was a pretty easy decision.
What about Montrezl Harris getting Sixth Man of the Year?
I was a little surprised about.
I was too. Who would you think was going to get it?
I thought Lou was going to get it.
Like he just owns that award at this point?
He does own it. I mean, we should just call that shit the Lou Williams Award at this point. Yeah.
I respect that. How come they're giving out the awards like not all at once? How come it's like over time? Is that the way it's always been?
Yeah, and it's stupid.
It is stupid.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
But it's dumb.
John Morant got Rookie of the Year. I feel like that was like an open and close.
Well deserved.
We all knew he was going to get it.
That was easy.
And they did. I mean, Giannis got DPOY and MVP, right?
Yeah.
Right. He already got. Like those have already been officially announced, right? Is what I'm saying.
I mean, in a way. I mean, I don't think MVP's been announced yet, but he did get DPOY already. I believe in.
And
so
he's going to get the MVP.
He's going to get MVP. Yeah. I mean, everybody already knows this. There's no surprise to it. But I mean,
how do you feel about it?
I'm a little salty. I feel like MVP has to just not be a regular season award at this point, because you can't be an MVP and be on a team, right, that people say are going to go to the finals, and you're the best player in the league, and XYZ. But then in these playoffs, you look everything but.
Do you feel that way exclusively about the NBA, or do you feel that way about the other sports?
It has to be in every sport. I think before we start voting, we at least got to go a little bit deeper into the season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long do you think it should be a reflection of like all the way to the Super Bowl, or do you think it should be like through the first round?
I would say at least give it maybe a one round, or maybe.
I mean, that kind of makes sense because
maybe. And to be honest, I would say maybe 2 rounds, because the first round you can get matched up against like a no name and smash them. The second round of, I think, everything is when it starts getting for real,
right,
and you're going to play a good team no matter what. So I would say at least second round. But doing it at the end of the regular season, right, when they had the best record and all this stuff, I mean, favorites, right, for the finals, and barely won today in overtime. So
they're getting whooped right now, bro, by the Heat.
I think they lose next game, and that's
I think they do too.
And
I'm
that's
surprised they didn't lose this game. I thought they were gonna get swept.
And they almost did.
It was close.
So there was a challenge.
Yeah, they just won, right?
There was a challenge that happened at the end of the game, and so if you lose the challenge, you lose a timeout.
That's true. Yeah.
And so they had one timeout left, but they lost it during that challenge that happened in like 50 something seconds. And so instead of them being able to do anything at the end of the game, it was, you got to kind of just inbound at full court and try to do your thing. So yeah, it sucks. But I mean, everybody's, I'm sure, still has Miami winning.
Yeah, I think so
pretty
too.
Easily.
And you feel a certain way about that because Giannis is likely going to get the MVP, and he doesn't seem to be playing like the MVP.
Yeah, I have a huge problem about it. I do have a huge problem with that. But everybody just says, well, it's regular season. I'm like, all right. You're right, but
in a weird way, you kind of can't even really say that this year. You know what I mean? It almost feels like because of Corona, like it was so
almost
limited.
A new season in a way. Like, yeah, I don't agree with him being. I don't agree with him getting both or even either one. Or
I feel like if you get the MVP, you can't win like the other awards. Like you're already the most valuable player.
Which
you know what I mean?
You should already be good in other places as well.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But I also feel like if you're the MVP, bro, if you're the MVP, right, you got to at least be in the position to go to the finals. So I mean, if we want to wait till conference finals to do it, I'm okay with that as well because you can't just say you're good in the regular season, but then you suck fucking in the playoffs, but you're the MVP of the league. Then I don't really feel like you're the MVP. Then if your team's not fucking competing for, it's
a little deeper than that, but I kind of see where you're coming from. It's because it's a team sport. Like, you can have the best player. Like, someone can be the most valuable player in the league.
MVP's not a team award, though.
Huh?
MVP's not a team award, though.
That's exactly my point.
Right.
So, like, you could be the MVP and not make it far in the playoffs because it's not a team award.
Right.
It's an individual player award. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but the only reason that Giannis is getting MVP is because people are saying, like, is the best player on, like, what people said was the best team. So, I mean, if that are the basis of why we're voting or betting, then everybody wasted their fucking vote because Giannis looks really bad right now. I mean, and if we're going to go off the just playoffs alone just on the East, then I guess Butler's the MVP.
Butler is playing out of his fucking mind.
So at this time, what's really an MVP then? Like, I mean, is it, like, what are the bases of it? I think that's going to have to change.
Or they could just have two separate awards. They can have, like a regular season award and then, like, a postseason award.
I mean, they do. They just call it Finals MVP.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's in the finals though. So basically, you can win MVP of the league and still be asked in the playoffs and not make it to the championship.
Sure, yeah.
I don't feel like you're MVP. Then you're not the most valuable player than somebody else if you can't still be as valuable as you were to win the award in the playoffs. That's when MVP should count. So if you get it, you got to do something other than like be bullshitting. And now his ankle's fucked. So. Good luck to them.
If Giannis doesn't, like, he re-injured his ankle, like he was already hurt and then he played today.
Yep.
If that re-injury is enough for him to sit, they lose. It won't even be close. The Heat will fucking destroy them.
Bro, the initial report was that he wasn't going to play already.
Yeah.
So I guess he just said, I'm going to do it because I have to. Like, it's 3-0. Like, I'm going to look like a bitch if I sit this game out.
Well, I mean, you sit out and then you lose, then, like, what's the point?
The media's going to roast the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Already on the top of everybody roasting that he's not guarding Butler.
That is weird.
But he's the defensive player of the year, right?
That is weird.
But he's not. He don't want to take
on
the
the task.
Well,
it was kind of like Kawhi, like, not guarding Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? He's like, why aren't you doing that?
Like what are we doing here?
That,
you know? So, yeah. It's weird.
We had a couple of Game 7s this week, which was pretty sick. Both of them were great games.
They were.
How did you feel about the Nuggets-Jazz game ending in, like, the 80s? It was kind of refreshing for me. Like, that game felt like a battle. You know what I mean? They both kind of played ass, but it really felt like a back and forth kind of like fight. It felt like a really big defensive game.
I'll talk about the one thing nobody talks about. Even though these guys were off for 4 months and they're pure athletes, right? And they don't have to travel or none of that. Playing every other day, though, it's like
a lot
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so if you're going 7-game series and you're like every round and shit, like I'm pretty sure you're tired. So at that point, bro, they were just both gassed, and there was no way that they were going to score.
Yeah. I feel like Houston got lucky against the Thunder, bro. The Thunder looked like they had that game, dude. So I'm curious, right? So, like, momentum is a really big thing that doesn't show up on the stat sheet that has a dramatic impact on the game, right?
Yep.
So Do you think these teams that go to a game 7 have some sort of advantage, like with momentum going in against like
Into
a rested
the
team?
very first game, and then that's it. Yes. I said it with Portland. I'm going to say it again with Houston. Only because, of course, I like the Lakers, right? So I can make this example.
Right.
Portland,
Well, I mean, it's a prime example right now.
Portland came...
Because Houston whooped them.
Right. Portland came right out of that 7-game series and, like, smashed us that first game. But
I just don't get how Houston was struggling with the Thunder and then they whooped the Lakers. Like, what the fuck is that?
What you just said, momentum. So I'm telling you right now. So
they were just on that high.
They're on that high. They're on that momentum. We can just beat anybody. Lakers are. I already know, like, what's up. So I'll put it this way: the Lakers, they came out. They played. Well, they were off for like a week, if not a little longer.
Yeah, what's up? Okay, so like, here's another thing too, right? What's up with round 2 starting for like some teams while the other teams are in round 1? Like, that's not normal, right?
So no, it's different.
They usually wait to start round 2 like all together, don't they?
I feel like the bubble
That's
is
weird.
making it different, and it's just giving us something every day.
I don't like that though.
I like it because I waited forever for basketball.
Well, that's cool, but like, think about the advantage though. Like, the Heat are already about to sweep. Well, they didn't sweep, but you get it. Like,
right.
So there could be a case where a team could have like almost like, if it's done quick enough, they could have like 2 weeks off.
That's that team's fault though for not winning.
I guess I don't like it, but I get where you're coming from.
If you're good, right, you go out and win in 4 or 5 and then rest. If you push till 7, then you just have to deal with the consequence of knowing you're going to have to play within 48 hours again. And
how do you think that is, like, mentally?
I'm pretty sure
just
it's tough as fuck.
Another
and
game, and another game.
And you're in the bubble, right? So you're not like. So
Yo, dude. Speaking of the bubble,
nuts.
did you see that they're not allowing coaches to bring their families into the bubble?
It's a little fucked.
What's up with that?
I'm pretty sure it's just
they're letting every single player bring their people, but not coaches.
It's an overall notion, and it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. It's just what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure coaches' families are there. Like,
oh, you're thinking like they might not be letting like a cousin show up or some shit.
You're
like,
gonna have to be immediate.
bullshit.
You're about to be my wife and some kids, or it's not gonna be cousins.
The whole fam,
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be my wife, kids. You know, it's gonna be strict. I'm pretty sure coaches can have the same amount of influence that their players do. Like, that would be stupid if they didn't. So.
Yeah, dude, we do have to give James Harden a shout out for that defensive play at the end of that Thunder game, though. He won that game.
I'll give him credit for it. In a way,
he showed up.
It was good
when it mattered.
That dude is also like a rookie from the G League, and it was just a dumb.
And that dude had a great game too.
He had like 30 points, but the thing is, when you get blocked, you should have known that there was how much time was left in the game. He could have easily caught it
and like repositioned himself,
and just fucking pulled it, or grabbed it, took a dribble or two, and even maybe kicked it out for a shot. Like, it just depends, but. He did not have to try to throw that out.
Well, that's where that like lack of experience comes from.
And then it's just hard.
Dude, I can't believe Harden
being a big boy,
like dodged it.
Nobody believed that. I mean, that's Harden being a big boy though, and stepping up when needed. So
it's true, though.
Harden does get some credit, but I know they're relooking over all of that. Even the first play before that, where they call a timeout, bro, Adams is wide open, bro, for like a lob layup. But they're looking so much at Chris Paul and Gilgeous-Alexander, like you didn't even like. Oh, bro, it would have been.
That's kind of what happened with the Raptors. You know what I mean? Like, the Raptors were in danger of going down 3-0. And
I can't believe they
that
routed
inbound,
the last two.
bro. They had Taco Fall guarding the inbound. So not only did Kyle Lowry against Taco Fall. That's like one of the most ridiculous mismatches ever.
That's horrible.
He got it over Taco Fall into the back corner,
all the way over to the 3 in that game.
Anunoby just drains it, bro. And now it's tied. They went from being down 3-0 to 2-2.
Or it was 2-0, and then they
Well, no, I'm saying they would have been down. That's what I'm saying,
hit
though.
A 3,
like,
now it's
that's like a 3-game like tilt, bro. So now, like, I was really high on the Celtics, but now like, I'm not so sure.
That's the momentum switch.
Like, it is.
That's the momentum switch.
It's that momentum.
Bro. And it could happen.
The Raptors
like
are like at first, they look like they're about to get swept. And dude, real talk, if the Celtics did win that game, Anunoby misses that shot, they probably do get swept.
Or they do the same thing that I think Milwaukee just did.
Right. They get one up, and then like, okay,
that's it.
We're gonna beat you again.
But so I called 5. Boston and Toronto's the only series that is now not looking like I'm gonna be right.
You think they go to Game 7? I think it's real easy for them to go to Game 7.
At this point now, I do see 7. unless somebody fucks up and then
I hope so, dude. The
course,
Thunder and the Jazz, like both those series going to Game 7 was so fucking sick. Like,
so the thing was,
there's something. Oh, dude, and
Utah
then
was
the
up
Dallas
3-1,
Stars went to
like-
Game 7 too against whoever they were playing. And,
saw
like, that
that.
was also
I saw
fucking
that.
sick, which was cool
I
because
saw
like we
that.
don't have a hockey
I
team, so
saw
like
that.
Dallas Stars are cool, you
Yeah.
know. Damn.
yeah, I don't know. Utah should have won. I believe
Utah
in
shoulda
I believe in
won.
Donovan Mitchell. I just don't believe in Utah organization. So
Right.
I had them losing from the jump anyway, and then they went up 3-1, and I didn't
Right.
change my mind. I
Right.
was just still like,
But they earned
whatever,
it.
you know.
They should have won.
And then they fucking dropped 3 games in a row.
Nuggets blew a 3-1 lead, man. Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Jamal
Come
Murray.
on.
I've hated Jamal Murray for a long time
Baller.
for personal reasons.
Shot caller.
Because he basically like single-handedly beat the Spurs in the playoffs a few years back. Like, and that was
when
really pretty
the
good.
Spurs should have
too.
won.
Yeah,
Spurs should have won that
we
series.
should
Like,
have. But Jamal Murray just
No, DeMar came up short, man. Played like a bitch. LaMarcus did his thing. 40-point games in that series, dog. Your boy DeMar DeRozan, though, was being a little hoe. And so there you go. But yeah, I don't feel like they should have won then. I don't feel like Denver should have won now. I think Denver is actually a seed that they're like higher than what they really are. Like, period. They're not. I think they were 3.
like a 7 seed.
No, they were. Yeah, they're like a borderline making to the playoff seed, but of course they were like 3, I think, or some shit like that.
The Nuggets were that high.
Dog, they were fucking high, bro.
Damn.
And then it was
well,
Houston
let me
for,
finish that thought though. So
you
like,
know, yeah, crazy.
I used to hate Jamal Murray, but like after seeing who he is as a person,
Yeah.
like I feel like we got to know a lot about him and Donovan Mitchell like through this series. I didn't know they were homies back in the day. I didn't know that. Like they've been playing together since high school, which I think is really cool. So seeing them like duel against each other, and then Jamal Murray being so passionate about like, you know, the BLM stuff going on right now and stuff, it was kind of cool seeing like the human side of him, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
and that made me respect him. So I don't hate Jamal Murray anymore. And like seeing him pop off was like cool. But him and Donovan Mitchell both played kind of shit in that last game. They both kind of sucked. So
They did, but I mean, Jokic.
James Harden sucked
You know?
too in his game 7 as well. He didn't get a lot of points either. That's why like that defensive play kind of bailed him out because he
It
did
really
play kind of
did.
shit that
Because
game.
if they would have lost, Dan Antonio would have been gone, and then Harden would have looked like a fucking choke again. Like, again.
Well, I was getting ready to start that narrative that James Harden just can't win in the playoffs. Like they can't even beat the Thunder. Like what the fuck?
I still don't
team
think.
that was supposed to just.
I still don't think he can win in the playoffs.
Well, no. I mean, they went to Game 7 against the Thunder. Like what the fuck? I mean,
mean,
they beat the Lakers, but it is only Game 1. Like let's see what happens.
I mean, people.
If he beats the Lakers this year, then we can say he wins.
Then
in the
we
playoffs.
can say he did some shit. But
Yeah.
I mean, Houston was just in the conference finals, right? A lot of people don't try to think about that, but they were in the conference finals with Golden State and went to a Game 7 with Golden State. But they missed like 33s in a row or some goofy shit. Like
Yeah, some dumb shit.
So, you know, like, I just don't feel like, I feel like, I don't know. I love that Houston took the first game, but I just see the Lakers making adjustments, and then you're just going to get mopped in 4. It's going to be kind of like a Portland Trailblazers type of series. You came out really high off of your last series with that momentum that you said on Game 7s, right?
Right.
Look, when shit settles in, and now, okay, y'all got us this first game. Now we're gonna make our adjustments and do this. Now, okay, now let's play. And if you're rested, again, I want to say I feel like fatigue is gonna play a huge factor. I feel like Denver did win that game, but I call fire for that series too. I didn't think Denver was gonna win that early. I thought Denver was gonna win.
Yeah, I'm
later.
surprised that Denver like evened that series up.
I don't know how
Like,
they did that,
I
but
mean, neither.
I don't see the
Well,
clip. I see the
Patrick
Clippers
Beverly,
just
he got
smashing.
hurt again, didn't he?
No, but he's in foul trouble all the
popping
time
off,
because
though.
he's too aggressive.
Yep.
So I mean,
It's kind of a double-edged sword. Like his aggressiveness is like what makes
It's
him unique,
good,
but
but
it can also lead to problems.
come on, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And Rondo is back. He has been activated. We haven't played him yet, but he is back.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's pretty.
Josh Gordon should be coming back soon for Josh Gordon. Gordon Hayward should be coming back for the Celtics too.
cool. I think he should retire.
I think he's done. He's
I
had too
think-
many injuries. It's a damn shame too because he
Yeah,
was so good.
He was
before,
really good.
Like
But I told people, I said I don't feel like he's going to be as good.
he'll never be
in
back to where he
Boston.
was.
I don't
Not
think
as when he played
I
for
said
Utah.
He should have stayed in Utah.
Yep, I think so too.
And honestly, I mean, if we're going to be fair, right? Utah was still able to get Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
So
That
Hayward
squad
and
would've been
Mitchell
pretty
would not have
bonkers.
been that bad. I don't think with Gobert. I don't think that's a bad
No.
a bad look at all.
I don't think so.
So I guess maybe Utah wins or loses some extra games to get Donovan right because Gordon wasn't there. But at the same time, I mean, I still think it would have been manageable. So that would have been pretty nasty. But I don't have faith in Utah or Denver or teams like that.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So who do you think's gonna move on right now? So like we've seen some games.
Yeah.
Do you think you think like both LA teams are gonna go, right?
I have both LA teams and I have Boston Heat.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think the Heat beat Boston.
That's my thing. I feel like that'll go 7. I don't know who to pick,
Sure.
but I feel like if Heat played Toronto, they'd probably just beat them too. Like, not handily, but I mean, it'd be
The
I don't think
mismatch
it'd be
is
too
kind
tough.
of ridiculous.
I think the mismatch side of it is Boston, bro. I mean, because on Toronto, right, you have Fred VanVleet, Siakam, and maybe Kyle Lowry if Kyle
if
Lowry
he decides to show up, yeah.
and then OG, maybe Serge Ibaka.
Serge
I mean,
Ibaka, yeah.
that's only like 3.5, 4 players. I mean, Boston has Tatum, Brown, Smart,
They're tied though.
Kemba.
They're tied though.
Tied
I don't
in
know
what
how
way?
they're tied.
So this is what
It
I'm
makes
like.
no
I don't
sense
either,
to me.
bro.
It seriously makes no sense. I don't understand it.
I feel like Miami would be going against more people if they play Boston. Like, because Miami has low key like 4 people. Like, people don't try to say that, but they have
Oh yeah, no, they're
like
great.
4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Boston also has like the same amount. I don't think that Toronto does. Like, Fred will pop off. I'm pretty sure Siakam might.
He's become
but,
pretty consistent.
Right.
Like, you can expect him to get
Fred's
like 25.
gonna go.
Yeah.
But I mean, will Siakam? Because we've seen Siakam score like 10 points.
Surprisingly.
Will Kyle Lowry? He's popped off and just dropped 30. But I mean, before that, he was like ass.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, you want to know what I think is
like, what the
scary?
hell?
This is what's scary to me, dude. The Heat have proven that Jimmy Butler doesn't have to score a lot of points to win.
that's the problem.
That's the big deal. Because
That is the big
in
deal.
one of those games that they won,
he scored like
Jimmy Buckets
9 points or
took
10 points.
one shot in the
Yeah,
second
it was
half
stupid.
before his free throws at the end of the game,
It was stupid.
and they won. It's like,
That's the
and then
problem.
the next week he put up like 35,
and they won. So it's
and
like
they like destroyed him.
right. So it's like
So for me, it's like they had. I believe that game they had
Oh,
they had
fuck.
like 8 people in double digits that game.
oh, it was like a record.
It
or some
was like,
shit. Yeah,
holy
I remember.
shit.
And it wasn't
So-
low double digits. Those
Yeah, it
dudes
was like
they were
15,
up there.
17,
yeah, they were up
like
there.
20.
Yeah,
It
that shit
was
was
like-
crazy.
Jesus Christ,
that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
I saw that shit.
I think
Yeah.
that's what's most frightening about the Heat is
Yeah.
like Jimmy Butler is like their leader, but he doesn't even have to do well for them to win.
Yeah, but I feel like Boston can fuck them up.
They can try. I think Heat have a really big size advantage against them. Celtics are really small.
I just know Jimmy Butler and Bam are like maybe people I can see playing good defense, but I mean Jimmy Butler can only guard one person,
Yeah,
so that's where it gets weird. So Jimmy, who do you guard? Do you guard Kemba?
Probably
Do you
Kemba,
guard Brown
honestly.
or do you guard
they'd probably. Well, I don't know. That's a
Like,
good question.
dog?
I would say either they would either put him on Jalen. No.
I didn't even mention I didn't even mention Tatum yet.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna
that's
say
their,
they'd
like,
probably either put him on
Tatum,
They'd probably
right?
put him on Brown or fucking Kemba.
Right. So then, I mean, who do you let get destroyed at point guard position? Then I mean, Dragic can hold his own against Kemba,
Dragic is not bad. He's got decent
but
defense.
it's Brown's matchup then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
But that's
that,
one guy
I think
though.
that's where
I mean, the Celtics defense isn't like super spectacular either.
it's not, but they can score a lot.
True. But
Like
so can the Heat.
Jalen can drop 20, Kemba can drop 20, and Tatum can drop like 30. Like
We'll see.
that's a lot.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Butler picks and chooses when he wants to score. Like if they play Boston,
I think
Jimmy
he plays kinda
will
like
have to
LeBron.
score. Jimmy will have to score
Yeah, he will.
if they play Boston.
Yeah.
There's
But
no
I
way.
think he knows that too.
I do too.
Yeah, like he'll do it.
I feel like he's gonna come out next game and drop like 30, and then they'll beat
And then
the
just, like,
Bucks
dip out.
and
Yeah.
see y'all later. Yeah, yeah.
I feel that. Steve Nash got the head coaching position for the Nets.
Congratulations! I think that's huge, and a lot.
I
of
think it
different
is
ways.
huge. But a lot of people aren't happy about it.
It's not that they're not happy. It's just it was just a super random pickup.
Like they're like, what?
And so, like,
Steve Nash wasn't he like an assistant coach for like a long time for somebody
No,
though?
nope. And
I'm thinking Jason Kidd.
Right.
That's
and
who I'm
so
thinking.
this is
Yeah.
where it gets confusing because he did work right with the Warriors, but he was not an assistant coach. He was a developmental coach, meaning he was developing players that aren't playing in the NBA yet or players that are hurt, which is why he spent a lot of time with KD. But
So
that's not
like
a
G
coach.
League stuff.
It's kind of like I see you in practice.
Oh, okay.
You know, and we do drills and stuff. You help me get healthier. You help me get
Sure,
better
yeah,
at that's all that is. I mean, technically that is coaching in a way, but that's not what
I
it
see
is.
the
You know what I'm
connection
saying?
you just made with KD though. He
So-
had a lot of one-on-one time with KD, so you think
Because
KD
KD
might
was
have
hurt
vouched for him.
with the Achilles, right? So the
I mean,
he-
I'm gonna say this: he may not have the coaching like experience, but he's a legend. You know what I mean? Like,
right, but so look,
it's kind of like Michael Jordan on the Hornets, though. Like, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful, you know. So
There-
it is kind of a gamble.
that's what I'm saying.
But at the same
people
time,
can
how
do
good of a
things.
coach do you need to be with that roster?
So this is also the thing.
You can just let them coach
There
themselves.
are not a lot of general managers out here or people out here trying to be a general manager for an organization.
No,
No, not like it is coaches trying to be a coach for a team.
Right.
So it just makes it weird that there were other coaches that had high credentials. Now, it doesn't matter if they were black or nothing like that. That's just the point that people took it to.
yeah, I was
Now,
seeing
I mean,
that it was like a Black Lives Matter thing.
There are better black coaches than Steve Nash. I mean, but they were coaches. But I mean, there are also some white coaches right now you could go get that are better than Steve Nash. My thing is, I just want the fair basis. So, are we taking a full coach list, right, to KD and Kyrie, or are we only bringing 2 or 3 names? And this is what we're gonna get. Who you guys want to sign
That's
up for?
probably what it is, honestly.
And so I'm saying,
yeah, like the GM's like, we have an idea, like the kind of vibe that we want.
so
Here's a couple of people
we
that
only
fit
want like these 2
that.
people.
Right,
so
right.
who do y'all like more?
Right.
I don't feel like
and then they're just like, oh yeah, like Steve Nash, like he's.
I don't
cool.
feel like there's a full
And then
assessment
KD's
of
like,
like,
you know, I fucked with Steve Nash for a while.
you know what
like,
I'm
he's
saying?
Cool, yeah.
And so I feel like that's where it starts getting weird because we don't know the back end office of it. So people can say that black coaches not getting a chance, but I mean, what if they're not? I mean, but there's white coaches that aren't getting a chance either. I mean, it's just weird. I thought it was super sporadic. I do feel like there were like at least 2 or 3 coaches that they could have gotten. 2 of them were black, yeah. But I mean, I mean, it's Brooklyn, right? I mean, I'm not being racist, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
on.
Like, it's Brooklyn, okay? Like,
all right.
and they're the assistant coach, right? He is now the highest paid assistant coach that we've ever seen in the
That's
NBA.
pretty cool.
And so is that pretty cool, or is it saying like, we know we kind of fucked up for not giving you this job that you really deserve?
No, I don't
but we
think
gave
so.
it to this guy, so we're gonna give you the most that anybody's ever made.
Maybe they acknowledge his talent and they know that he's going to get other offers, so they're going to pay him because they want to keep him.
I just that's you know
I see where you're coming from.
that's where it starts
Yeah,
getting
I
like
get
weird
it.
because that assistant coach has been there actually for years and he's black. So
Yikes.
That's why people are kind of like, wait, what the fuck? And
Why
then
didn't
like,
you just give it to that guy? that
why
you
not just?
paid
He's already been
anyways?
here. You already fired a dude. This dude is already,
Right,
you know. So
right, yeah.
so that's where it got weird. And then when they said, well, then we hired Nash, but we're gonna pay him like the highest in the assistant coach ever made. So then it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like you didn't pay him the money first,
Sure.
then hire Nash. You like got Nash. Then some people said some shit. Then you were like, well, we'll just pay you. So it's like,
Sure.
is this like a makeup or is it?
Yeah.
You know. So
I feel that.
I think Nash is perfectly suitable. Did you hear though that he says that he wants Dirk to be on the team,
Like in a coaching position?
on the coaching team?
That would
with
be
him.
so fucking sick, bro.
Dude, I
Let's
was
get
like,
the gang back together.
that'd be nuts, bro. That'd
That
be nutty as fuck.
would.
He's like, I want Dirk on my coaching team. He's like, I know Dirk is done
Well,
with
that's like
the game.
That's like Tim Duncan
like
helping
Tim,
out
bro.
with the Spurs.
Yeah. He's like, I know Dirk is done with the game, and it's probably. But if Dirk wants to come back, I would hope that they allow me to bring Dirk to the organization. I'm like,
Who wouldn't?
ooh, that'd be.
Do you think he'd leave
so
Dallas like that though? Like Dirk is so tied to Dallas.
I think he
feel
would
like if
because
he did
I
come-
think at this point it's
For Steve Nash, he
as a
might.
coach, you know, Steve Nash played in Dallas with him.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
Yeah,
and
they
that's
played
when I
together.
loved Dallas.
Right. Well,
when it was
me
him,
too,
Dirk,
yeah.
and Michael Finley.
Right.
Like, dog, they had Jason Terry. They had Josh Howard. Like, I remember that
That
to like
team
the back of my
slapped.
fucking hand. They were fucking stacked. They were sick as fuck. I thought they were like sick as hell. And then we didn't win. And so
yeah.
soon as I was like, fuck Dallas, I don't want to be with them. You know what they did?
Got
I like-
Doncic.
Not even. This is way before, right?
Uh-huh.
They sucked. So I was like, fuck them. I want to go somewhere else. I ended up going with LeBron when he first came in.
Uh-huh.
So then LeBron ends up playing Dallas. And I'm like, Dallas never won. Fuck that. I was their fan. Dallas ends up fucking winning, right? And it's like, well, what the fuck? So it was almost like the ultimate slap in the face.
Yeah.
Because I was with
You're like, oh,
Dallas
now y'all wanna do shit?
when they made it to the finals and lost to Wade and Shaq. So then after that, I was like, fuck y'all, I'm fucking done. Then I went with LeBron. Then LeBron played them like a couple years later, and Dirk decided to be like demigod mode and just like double team, triple teams. It doesn't matter. Like fucking money. Yeah.
It was almost like it was destiny, bro. Like it was meant to happen. The way that it all went down.
He was so sick that year.
It was like a transcendent.
It was unstoppable. Anytime he shot the ball, bro, it went in, dog. It was. But
he had that big dick energy, bro. Big time. That big Dirk energy, bro.
Yeah. It sounded like he said something else.
Yeah. There you go.
He had that BDE. Huh?
Yeah. So if there's one thing that I've learned from the bubble that I've like severely changed my opinion on is I think that we should start a movement to make all national anthem renditions musical renditions. Like I don't need to hear Ariana Grande sing the national anthem for the 6th time anymore.
Right,
like,
at this point, right?
Like the NBA has had some of the sickest examples of like these dudes, man.
We get like remixes. Up. That's why it's like a remix.
Dude. Like
it's
that dude.
Like...
I remember from like when the playoffs just started. Like I gave a shout out to that one dude for doing it on like the piano and shit. It's fucking fire.
Oh yeah, with the
and then
guitar,
this other dude, I don't remember his name. I meant to shout him out last week. He did it before one of the games with like on an electric guitar.
Yeah,
and it slaps so hard, bro. Like. Like we should shout out like musicians instead of artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause it's the same shit every time. Like, if you do it on an instrument, like you got a little bit of flair to it. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of, make something happen. You know? And I don't know. I really fuck with what they're doing in the NBA, like with giving these musicians like a spotlight to
that shit is
like
sick.
Play this shit. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like that electric guitar really hit it for me. I was like, this is fucking sick. Like, let's
that shit's
go.
Fire.
Hell yeah. The Lakers are playing the Rockets tonight at 7:30. How do you feel about it?
So look, bro. When Portland won the first game,
you think they're just gonna come out and clean out now?
When Portland won the first game, bro,
Anthony Davis kind of played shit last week.
Everybody,
well, not last week, but last game,
right?
Yeah,
everybody killed me, bro. When Portland won the first game, and
so kind of give our listeners an insight on that. Of like what you've been dealing with, like being a LeBron fan.
So look, I'm a LeBron guy. I think he's a GOAT. Now, there's no disrespect to anybody that played. When people say the greatest of all time, that means the best overall player, not the best scorer or the person who won the most rings or whatever case you want to make. LeBron's definitely the GOAT. So I get killed when one thing happens to LeBron, and so Portland won that first game. Damian Lillard pulling up from half court. Like, everybody was killing me, bro. Dame's the real GOAT. Dame's better than LeBron. This and this and that. And I just kept telling people, like, bro, Portland just came out of a series. We've been waiting. Like, we're about to kind of watch what you do and see how you're going to play us. And then we'll just make adjustments. And then it'll just become an adjustments game the rest of the series. And literally, Portland got shitted on the rest of that. And Damian Lillard just decided, nigga, look, I'm just going to go home. My knees fuck. Like, I'm not even going to – I'm over this shit already, right? That first game he wasn't, though, right? But after a certain point in time, it didn't look like Portland even wanted to play anymore, bro. They were getting, like, slaughtered in those games.
They did start to look like they just didn't have the sauce.
That
you know
was
what
it,
I mean?
bro. Or they were fucking tired because, like I said, fatigue is so huge. They just played to get
like boxing,
in,
right? Like you're like I'm not gonna take your blows. Like we're just gonna
So they played to get in, and then just had to jump right back into just like now.
Well, that's true. I mean, they went all the way to the play. You know what I mean? Like they played more games than anybody.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it'll be the same thing with Houston. They play small. I don't feel like Anthony Davis will be trash the whole series. I also don't feel like LeBron will not ever score.
You do admit he played bad last week, though.
He did play bad. So did LeBron. LeBron didn't score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like those things.
What's up with that?
Those things won't have. He passes the ball too much, bro. Like,
you think he'd be better if he didn't do that?
Dog, if he literally had Kobe and Jordan shit where I'm just come out and shoot every time, he would be. I think that
Why doesn't he do that?
I don't know. It's just he's not that kind of player, man. And so I give him credit for that. He likes to pass first, shoot second. I don't hate the guy for that. I mean, you always want to get your teammates involved. So
well, getting your teammates involved is important because like you want to be multi-dimensional. Like even if you're the best player on the court, you don't want to be the whole team. You know what I mean? Because like if you're one-dimensional, that's easy to
it's easy
handle.
To stop, and that's why
so like
the Bucks
I get it.
Are ass. You know?
Wait, what's that?
That's why the Bucks are ass. Because Giannis is just so dominant. All you literally have to do is say Giannis shoot jumpers, and he can't.
Well, we were just talking about this, right? Like a lot of people say like that, like they are just Giannis, but one thing that we think that doesn't get enough credit is Middleton. Middleton's been popping off.
People try to say he doesn't have anybody. Look, Brook Lopez has been hooping this whole fucking time. Middleton has been hooping this whole fucking time.
We got to give him some credit for sure.
Giannis is the one that's not hooping. I mean, if we're gonna be real, like the average score on the team is Middleton. Middleton saved them tonight. Like it's
that clutch three was a big
fucking
deal.
Middleton, bro.
Yeah.
Like. So what the fuck? Like it's just tough, and so Middleton definitely has to start getting recognized as more than like a nobody, because every sport is like, well, Giannis doesn't have anybody. Giannis doesn't, dude. Brook Lopez plays good all the time, and fucking Middleton has been hooping. So we got to get it out of our heads that Giannis don't got nobody. We could just put it in our heads that Giannis only plays like 35 minutes a game. That's it. That's nuts. Okay, I think LeBron's career average is like 42. Okay, even in this season 17, I think he plays over 40. So the fact that Giannis averages 35, even in the playoffs, bro, he's only 24, some shit like that. He has to be able to push at least 43 minutes, dog. I get it. It's 48 minutes, dude. Siakam and Kyle Lowry, right? They played the whole second half this last game. Whole second half, did not sit down at all.
Wow.
Right. So the thing is,
they won, so maybe that's what's going to take, you know?
Giannis has to play more minutes. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is weird.
35 minutes, bro.
I mean, with the hurt ankle, like, you have to consider that.
This is before.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm talking about his average, bro. It's 35 minutes a game.
Well, but he also plays a little different, too. Like, he goes so hard in the paint, he probably needs some time to rest, man. But that's his game, though. So it's like, if that's the way you're going to play, like, if you're in the playoffs, you need to step up.
So, are we trying to win or no? Like, I get it that you're tired.
Are we playing MVP basketball?
Like, what the fuck are we doing here, right? I mean, if you're the best player, right, with the best team, that's what everybody's saying. What the fuck? Right. Why are you not guarding the best dude? Why are you not making plays at the end of the game? Like, why are you not even in the game? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, like, even
here?
if you're not making the play, your presence can still have an impact. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how they have, like, decoy wide receivers and stuff. Like, just being on the field, even if you're hurt, just being there, they have to respect you.
And we said this earlier that a lot of people don't talk about. He fouls out a lot.
He does foul out a lot. More than probably anyone else,
He fouls out a lot. Now, he puts his team, I guess, in positions where they still win. But he fucking's not there a lot of the times at the end of the game.
It's true.
For, like, a lot of games.
He does foul out a lot.
So, it's just weird, bro. Like, to me, I think he's the most dominant player. If we're really talking about MVP, I really think it should have either went back to Harden or they should have let LeBron snatch it. I don't think that he should have got that. And I maybe give him Defensive Player of the Year, but I still feel like Anthony Davis or Gobert could have been there as
sure
something as well. So
I feel that.
Yeah. I feel like he looks really bad right now, having won both of those awards, and his team ain't about to do shit. I feel like that's going to change the basis of how we vote for these people.
Because, I doubt it, but
it should.
It is going to make people maybe look at it like, that's kind of weird. Like,
yeah.
and some people might be like, well, they made it to the second round, but it's like, yeah, but they beat the Magic, and they like almost didn't beat the Magic. So what are we talking about?
So hey, look, question, right? People are like, he's going to leave and going to go to Miami. Do you think Miami wants Giannis, or do you think they want to Embiid?
Embiid. Well,
right. Think about it. Now again, keep in mind,
Giannis is more consistent.
Jimmy Butler is your face, so you're gonna have him sign off on somebody.
Right. I think
he's gonna pick.
I'm gonna say this.
He's gonna pick Embiid.
But this is why I say that. I think Butler and Embiid, like, they have a similar attitude. Like they got the same energy, you know. Like, they got that BDE, bro. Like, they got that big dick energy, big time for both of them.
I think Embiid is better.
Giannis is not really like that. No, I'm talking attitude. Like, Giannis is a little different, but like Butler and Embiid together makes sense. Just like with the way that they treat themselves, the way they hold themselves, the way they play basketball. Yeah. Like, that's that eye test that we've talked about before. You know what I mean?
I just think
Embiid and Butler would fuck with each other super hard.
Overall, I just think Embiid's better, so there would be no point to...
He's better, but he's not available as often, and his defense is lacking.
But I don't think that it would if he was on the right team.
Maybe. He might not be motivated. Maybe that's why he's not doing as much.
The process, right? Trust the process. I think he's over that shit by now.
I think a lot of people are.
And Ben's hurt again. Still don't got no jump shot. Still has nothing. So what the fuck is Embiid doing at this point?
It's true.
He's wasting his fucking career.
It's true, though.
He's going to have to leave. And they're about to hire another coach, though. because Brett
Hey,
got
man,
fired.
we've talked about
So,
this. Coaches can make all the difference in the world, man. And I think it's less impactful in basketball. I think football, like
We'll see.
the coaching culture, are a little more powerful.
This is what
But
I'm saying.
I could be wrong. I don't follow the NBA like that.
With the perspective of the NFL, they need to be that same way with NBA. Like as
how
far as
so?
hiring coaches and shit.
Oh, you mean the Rooney
There's
rule?
no way.
Where like you have to interview like minority coaches and stuff.
You know what I'm saying, bro? There's
Yeah.
no way you're telling
It's
me.
kind of weird that the NBA doesn't have
do that
Like,
already. That's
the
what I'm
NBA
saying.
seems like they're a lot more in touch with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
So,
a
like,
good point.
It's just weird, right? Because what happened with Nash?
Let me clarify the Rooney Rule for
Yeah.
anyone who
Yeah,
may not
throw it
know.
out there, bro.
The Rooney Rule is a rule that was designed. It was created by, I think he was an owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? His last name was Rooney, and his big thing about hiring coaches was that he had a philosophy that he followed where he would always at least interview like X amount of minority coaches.
Because
Particularly like black coaches is
Right.
what he would do.
Right.
And eventually the NFL inherited this rule to avoid segregation
Exactly.
or you get it.
Right.
So it's called the Rooney Rule, and it's like something that you have to abide by anytime you have an NFL coaching open, like a head coaching opening specifically.
Exactly.
I believe like
Exactly.
for coordinator positions and stuff, it's not that big of a deal, but like
Yep.
for a head coaching spot,
Yep.
the Rooney Rule is a real thing.
Yes.
And they've even discussed expanding the Rooney Rule not only to interviewing like I think it's like 2 black
yeah.
candidates, it'd be like 3 or 4 or
Right.
something they've talked about as well.
So I don't think.
So go on. Yeah, so what we're saying is that's really
more or
prominent in the
less,
NFL,
that's
but
the rule.
not so much in the NBA.
I feel like if the NBA had that same rule, like, so what I'm saying is, there's no way that you're gonna see a fucking head coach get hired on any NFL team
Right.
that players say, yeah, I want him. That
Well,
has
I
no
mean,
experience.
When we refer back to
Like,
to Pittsburgh, right? Mike Tomlin is
that's
like
not
he's one of those guys. You know what I
fucking
mean?
happening, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna see an NFL team hire a non-experienced coach over hella other coaches that are experienced.
No, it won't happen.
Ever.
Never.
And so,
And I
you
think
know what
it's
I'm
a little
saying?
more accepted that way too. Like in the NFL, like if somebody gets a job, for the most part, everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Right.
okay. With a couple of minor exceptions, like we've talked about, like with the defensive coordinator for
Right.
for the
Exactly.
49ers, and then Mike Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Gonna be honest though, I mean Mike Bieniemy might want to be a head coach, but he also might not mind sticking around in Kansas City for a little while, collect
mean,
a couple
why
more
not, right?
rings before
Why not?
he goes to try to earn his own. But I mean,
Yeah.
he's busting his ass
I
too.
just
you know?
think they need to implement the same type of rule back over.
I couldn't agree
And-
more.
and
I'm surprised they don't.
I'm not hating. Like I said, I'm glad he got the job.
Sure.
But when you look around the coaches pool,
Kind of like
there's so many people
something
that
smells a little fishy here.
that maybe almost deserve that job
More.
and like way more, bro.
Right.
And maybe they just didn't get looked at, and so that's not fair. So yeah, I think that they do need to bring that rule over.
How hot do you think Steve Nash's seat could be?
So this is the thing, right? It's gonna be like her. Like when Mark Jackson got fired, right? Who I think should still have a fucking job in the NBA for sure.
Right.
Soon as he got fired, Kerr just came in, took over that franchise. But I mean, Mark fucking literally built that bitch.
Yeah, so like you think the same thing's going to happen because that roster. Well, it's like I said
So
earlier.
he's
Like, how good of a coach do you have to be to coach these guys?
Durant
like
and
KD,
Kyrie and Harris if he comes, DeAndre
like,
Jordan and
Dinwiddie,
Dinwiddie, like LeVert. Like you already have the
whole
squad,
team, the whole squad's
bro.
there. You don't have all you have to do.
I mean,
let them coach themselves.
At the end of the day, you're not gonna tell Kyrie or Katie to not shoot the fucking ball. Whoever has it,
Nope.
pull it.
You're gonna be cool with it. Yeah,
I trust in both y'all.
Pull
So
up.
shit, y'all can maybe kind of call this play. I
Right.
don't know. I
Right.
mean, so at least y'all other two guys, right? Look, y'all do this. KD, Kyrie, one of y'all just get open, get the ball. Like
right.
it's not much coaching that has to go into that shit. Which I don't know. Maybe that makes it easier to just maybe hire somebody who doesn't have experience because you already know you have the team, right?
But so here's the thing, right? You're talking about lack of experience, right?
Yeah.
Maybe experience wasn't what they were looking for here because they know they don't particularly need it. Maybe they wanted like a player's guy. Because like what's his
Maybe.
name? What's his name?
Maybe.
Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is notoriously not like a coach. He's a player's coach.
right, but
Like he's a guy that the players love to be around and
Right,
like they
but-
play for him. So like I
but
could see Steve
Pete
Nash
Carroll
being
gets
that type of guy.
questioned quite a bit about his coaching.
Yeah, but
on a lot of levels.
But the players love him. And that's what matters. Like
Well,
if the players
I mean,
are willing to play hard for you, like that's the hardest thing to do for a team. You can be a great coach, but if your players don't like you, you can go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
There has to be a
Except
basis.
for maybe Bill Belichick. But
I think there's a
I've even heard
basis.
Bill Belichick is outside of interviews and stuff. I've heard he's cool
you
as
still
fuck.
have to fuck with your team, but you still gotta have like your foot where certain shit is just
maybe.
You
I don't know.
can't
I'm
get
just
too
providing
comfortable.
another angle. Maybe
Yeah.
that's like a direction
You know.
that they went in. You know what I mean? Like let's get a guy who
I think it's all right.
who's transcendent in the NBA.
I just think that rule needs to. It has.
I agree. No, I agree. I think the Rooney Rule has a very prominent place in the NBA, and I can't believe they don't have anything.
You
in place
said it, bro.
already
Like that would never happen in the NFL, and I know it wouldn't ever. Like
well,
that
in a
just
weird
wouldn't
way,
be
the
a thing.
NFL, like they're just really they're like so like I'm gonna say this. Correct me if I'm wrong, just because I'm not as into the NBA as the NFL. The NFL feels like they're at a microscopic level. Like they look at everything at every position. We're talking president, we're talking GM, we're talking coaches, we're talking position coaches, and every single player. Like it's like a science. The NBA feels a little more general. Like I could be wrong, but it feels
it
like
is more general.
It's more of a vibe.
Why wouldn't
not
it be
like a science?
Why
you know
wouldn't
what
it
I
be
mean?
more like the NFL? Though, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I don't get it either.
It doesn't
but
make
am I
sense.
right in saying that though? Like
Yeah.
the NBA feels a lot more like, do we fuck with each other? You know what I mean?
That's
Not
what
like,
it is.
well, I can prove to you that we
Right.
fucked with each other because
Right.
of this, and this. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
But the NFL is
the
also
NFL is like they don't fuck around.
We're also going to
bro.
do this,
right?
No matter what,
right?
And if you don't like it, bye.
Yeah, right.
NBA is not like that. NBA is
Right.
more like you can kind of do
It's
whatever,
more of like
and then
a family
Exactly.
kind of situation.
yeah, that's one thing I think should cross over.
Sure.
They're going to
I
have
think
to
so,
bring
too.
that Rooney Rule over.
The league would likely benefit from it.
I mean, I'm not saying like just
Well, here's
give
the thing.
up,
No,
you know,
no, you don't have to hire them though.
Just
interview.
Just give
bring them in the building.
If they're qualified for the
Right.
fucking position,
Right.
they should have a opportunity to come interview, right? So look, bro, this is what I say, right?
Well, this is what happened. Like, you need to practice interviewing too. You know what I mean? And it's like even if you don't get the job, you still gain the experience of
Right.
the interview. You know,
Right.
so like it helps.
But if you don't get no interviews, then how the fuck like
Right, and interviews can also help too because it's like if other teams see that like other people are interested in you, they're interested in you for some reason. Like,
Right.
They brought you in for some reason, so
Right.
that in itself could present more opportunities because like other
Right.
teams could be like,
Right.
well, if they might fuck with you, like maybe we'll fuck with you too. Like let's check you out. You know,
Right.
like but if they're not even presented with those opportunities, then I could see it being much more
It's
difficult.
like, what the fuck?
Right,
It's
to
so-
get those jobs.
My example to it is, and this is really weird, bro, but I I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe it was a proving point. There's jobs that I would apply to, and I put African American on it.
Right.
I would go back to the same jobs, same resume, same everything, and put white, and I would get interviews. And so when I show up to the interview, right, are they gonna be like, "Duh, we can't interview you no
That
more"?
would
Like,
also be really weird, like if that was the only thing they pointed out. I saw
You know?
something recently.
It's
I saw
crazy.
something recently that was saying that like if they don't discriminate, like why do they even ask?
why do they ask for that?
Why do they need to know?
And so I was like a
Who
living
cares?
example of it. Like I got interviews at same places by putting white instead of African American.
Right.
And so when I would go, they would interview me. But the thing is, I do have the experience and I am a good
Well,
worker.
yeah, no, you're qualified.
Right?
Right.
So then they would fucking hire me and I would be one of the best workers. And they'd be like, holy shit, like you're really good. And I'm like,
I
yeah,
know.
why did you not think that I
Right.
fucking was? Like, are you being weird right now? Like, you know, and why did I have to put white to get this interview? Now, I'm not going to tell you that. It's just something that me and you will both know
Like,
deep down
I
inside.
know, you know, you're looking at the
Right.
paper. It's right in front
Right.
of you, but we're not going to talk about
Hey,
it.
it's kind of almost to the point to where even if I suck at this interview, you're probably gonna hire me anyway because you see how fucked up this is.
Right.
Like,
Well, I mean, it probably is in the back of their head, like this guy is awesome, but and then they're like, well, what's that but? And
Yeah.
they're like,
go look at my record. Credit's
okay.
good.
Yeah,
No
right.
criminal history. I mean, so what? Yeah, what?
Right.
Yeah.
like, I'm a good dad.
Yeah. What the fuck are we talking about, bitch? My attendance is good, motherfucker. You know? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
So I think it's kind of like that. Just I think it needs to be an equal basis of opportunity, and the Rooney Rule I think is a perfect thing for that. And it doesn't need to just go to sports. It just needs to be like everywhere.
That's a really good point.
Like everywhere.
You want to know? What, here's the fucked up part. You know what I mean? Like the Rooney Rule is awesome that it's in place, but why do we even need the Rooney Rule?
Why shouldn't that
Like,
just?
why don't you just-
why shouldn't that just be a thing?
Right.
That people
Why don't
do
you
anyway, right?
just interview
Without
people?
making it a rule.
Yeah. Like the fact that even needs to be a rule shows that there's a problem.
So fucked.
Right.
It makes you think about it like, wait, what? You have to make a rule for like.
Right. And you're like,
What
but
do you-
like Black Lives Matter though.
how hard? Like,
I mean, we got rules in place. Like,
oh, we got a rule
like,
for you.
Okay.
So we
you got a
care.
rule. But like, so like, if the rule wasn't there, right? Like,
Right.
what would happen? You know.
But yet, all y'all hate on the dude that just kneeled for y'all a couple years back. But now everybody can do it, and it's okay. But that dude can't come back and work for y'all though.
Dude, Colin
he can't
hasn't
come back
been
and
signed by
he can't come back and work for y'all no more.
How surprised are you that he hasn't been signed, even after Roger Goodell coming out and like imploring teams to sign him? Was there anyone you legitimately thought was gonna pick him up?
Dude, I thought like
Like the Raiders?
dog, like teams that have
we
shitty
talked
quarterbacks.
about
We
it.
talked about it,
Right.
like the Raiders
Yeah,
was one.
right.
I mean, they're
So,
the
those
Bears.
were
like
options that we thought could
Dude.
work. Is there anyone like you legitimately thought was going to take the plunge though?
well, I feel like most of those teams that we talked about should have.
To me, like I'm like, who? Why not?
My
Dude,
thing is,
if you could possibly get a good quarterback, like I'm not saying you would. Like I don't know what Colin's capable of on the field
right anymore.
Dude, sign him.
But
to,
the last that we saw,
sign him to an incentive-laden deal, man. Like let him back in the NFL and bibbity boppity. You know?
The last we saw him, right, we would have to say he was at least half, right, of the quarterbacks that are there now. He was at least half as good as about half, right?
I don't know if half is the right word, but he was
Where would
definitely
you
good
put him?
enough to be a starter.
Right, he would have started for somebody, right?
At least, I mean, there's a couple of really bad starters in the NFL.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think maybe not half, but he's close
That's
to
what I'm
half.
saying. Like
He's not.
bottom part of the league at least. At least with a ceiling of like middle of the pack.
I think the part that makes it more weird, right, is I really just feel like what he stood for and what he did is why he's not getting hired. But now,
Well, the weird thing is that Eric Reed got rehired by who was it? Carolina,
yeah,
and he was the second guy to do it
do it.
with Colin.
I just feel like it. I feel like since he was the second guy to do it, it's not being like
Yeah, you're right.
that
It sounds
initial
stupid,
guy.
but you're right. Yeah,
That's technically if I'm against that, you're the main guy to start
It's
this.
true.
So now,
like we wouldn't have to deal with any of this if it wasn't
If
for
you never did this,
so,
you know?
and like
But
this
now-
guy was just following you. So
now we're gonna let the whole league do it, and it's okay for them to do it. But since you started it, and now it makes you look more fucked up in like a microscope, kind of like,
It's
well,
true.
why are y'all hating on him
It's
if
true.
everybody can do it now? So, I mean,
So we got a game coming up on Thursday, right? Do you think they show the national anthem? Because they haven't for the last couple seasons. Do you think they do it?
I think they.
I
should.
think they're well. I think
they should.
Here's the thing: I was skeptical before, but after the hiring of that new position, like the inclusion, like the race inclusion position that they made, I think that's going to give us our national anthem.
I think they need to do it more how, like you said, you like it. Instead of them stretching the flag out on the
shout-
field and all that,
like,
just
we don't have to make it this
just
big.
put
thing,
it on
man.
the screen,
dude. Put
let
a
somebody
stage,
sing
put
it
a
and
stage
do
in
something
midfield,
shit
bro, and let a dude
and
just
let
like
it go.
shred it, man.
And then everybody can present
Everyone
to it
has their
however they
opportunity.
want to.
Right.
Like you don't have to show
Put a
the
fist
field
in the
and
air,
do it
put
like
your
you
hand
know.
on your teammates' shoulder pads, like the coaches are gonna do it with them too. Like
Yeah.
whatever you got to
Yeah.
do, man.
Yeah.
That's brotherhood, man. I feel like
Exactly.
like that's what sports is about. You know, we talked about this. Like the thing that's so cool about sports is like I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't know. I don't know what your history is. I don't know what you've
Exactly.
done. I don't probably don't even know what your name is. I don't fucking know who you are. But like if we're both there to watch football, like I fuck with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And nothing else matters. Like I don't care about who you voted for. I
Right.
don't care about what you represent in your personal life. None of that matters. You could
Yeah.
be a dude, you could be a chick, you could be gay, you could be straight,
It's
you could be
all-
Muslim, you could be Christian. None of it fucking matters. Like we're just
Exactly.
here to enjoy sports.
Exactly.
And it's the reason why I'm so passionate about music too. Like music also transcends
It does the same
everything.
kind of
Right?
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like this is a really big opportunity for the NFL to be able to embrace that the same way the NBA has. It's an opportunity. We
I
just
think
don't know
it's
if
a
they're
huge
going to take
opportunity.
it.
I don't know why he's not playing for nobody, bro. But to me, I think that makes it look the more weird. Like that nobody
Like that's weird. Like they didn't want you before, but like now they want you. And
Or-
I
or-
heard he wants to play.
Or if what you did was such a big deal that no teams want you, then why do they want these other players that feel the same way? So at the end of the day, what is the basis of really not wanting him? Because I mean, he wasn't a non-starting horrible third string type quarterback. I mean, he's still capable of, like you said, starting at least on like maybe 3 teams,
yeah,
bro.
for sure. Yeah,
And that's, I mean, I'm sure it's more, but
right.
So it's just weird at this point. Like, what are we really doing, and why doesn't nobody have him? I don't understand. But I mean, we'll never know, right?
Yeah, I feel that. Did you catch Hard Knocks this week?
I watched like a little bit of it, but I didn't get to finish it off.
I feel it. Well, we'll talk. We'll touch a couple of points here. I did think it was kind of nuts that they started the episode showing Sean McVay reacting to Jacob Blake. I didn't think they were gonna go there, but they started the episode off with that, and that was kind of the theme for the entire episode. You know.
Yeah.
So, like, the theme of the episode was really around just like how the Jacob Blake incident was affecting the league and the Rams and the Chargers. It felt like it was more centered around the Chargers than the Rams, but just kind of like how they were just choosing to handle their business and like what they were going to do about it and all that, you know? And the Chargers did something that was really cool. But here's the thing, right? Okay, so the Chargers, they were scheduled to have a scrimmage against the Rams. It was going to be live action. It was going to be a scrimmage game, Rams versus LA. They share the same stadium, so it just works. You know what I mean? It was going to be on NFL Network. It was going to be this big thing. And last minute, they decided to skip out. And they wanted the opportunity to be able to speak out against, like, you know, with BLM and against, you know, what happened with Jacob Blake and stuff.
Right.
And they went on and they talked about, like, all the different players had the chance to put on the headsets and talk with, like, the news anchors and stuff. And they took up, like, that entire block of time that would have been scheduled, like, for the game to talk about whatever they wanted to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, racial injustice, police brutality, like, whatever it is. And I thought it was really cool. Like, it really kind of touched me a little bit when I watched it. But this happened a while back, and I didn't hear a single thing about it when it happened. So it felt really cool, and it was, like, really impactful when I saw it. But I didn't even know it happened when it happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, how much impact are they really having?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's really cool that they did what they did, and I agree with it, and I support it. But it's like, when you did it, I didn't even know it happened.
I didn't even know. So
I mean, I don't have cable, to be fair.
But even then,
I feel like that's kind of a big deal. Like, dude, like,
people
I have a
should have known
sports
about
show.
that, right?
I'm on a sports show, dude. Like, if it was like kind of out there, I would have known about it. You know what I mean?
About that. That means it wasn't out there at all. So
right, that's what I'm getting at.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's where it gets weird, man, with all this stuff, bro. Like,
does that not get ratings? Is that the problem? Like, what the fuck's going on?
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit.
I will give a shout out. I don't even know his name. Did you ever see that LSU guy who did, like, the haka dance, like, with his dad and his family and stuff before games?
Mm-mm.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like the Hawaiian, like, dance.
But I don't know, like, the actual,
the warrior dance.
Yeah. There
was like this. He's a lineman. He was like this big ass lineman from LSU.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I even knew about it was because you and I were fucking blowing Joe Burrow all season last year,
bro. So, but he's sick though, man.
Well, what I'm getting at though is like, I remember before one of the games, like, he was out there with his dad, and apparently like they gave a little bit of backstory to this kid. He grew up. His dad was like the warrior chief for like the Hawaiian college.
Yeah.
And they would go out there like with their drums and shit, full makeup, full everything, bro. And they would do the halftime shows. And he would bring his whole family out and they would all do it together. Like, they would do like the dance and the song and everything.
Yeah.
And before one of the LSU games one year, him and his dad, they did a warrior dance together before he went in to like kick some ass.
That's crazy.
And his dad was like hype as fuck, bro, like intense as shit. And ever since that day, like, I kind of knew who this guy was.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. He's on the Chargers. And like, he's like kind of kicking ass, and they even had him like, they had him do a dance, like they had him do the warrior dance for him. And then Anthony Lynn was like, he just made the fucking team. Like, this guy's gonna fucking be here. So I wanted to kind of give that guy a shout out. He'll probably get an official big boy shout out in the future for sure. But that guy's fucking sick. I know roster cuts already happened. I didn't double check yet. I'm sure he made the team. He was playing pretty good. But yeah, like, he's on that team too, which was cool. And it was cool seeing like that backside of things too. I think I mentioned this last episode. I'm not sure, but T's and P's of Derwin James, he got hurt. He's out for like he tore his MCL. So like, he's out for like 6 to 8 weeks.
So this makes me kind of put into a perspective that when Corona happened, I don't feel like a lot of these dudes are working out.
Here's the thing, dude. It goes both ways. Some guys, I think it comes down to discipline, right? Some guys kind of let themselves go
like
a little bit.
Did work
but then
out,
some dude, like they said,
not,
Tyreek Hill got down to like 2% body fat.
I feel like
they were like, and Aaron Rodgers too. Aaron Rodgers said that like having no preseason and no training camp resulted in him feeling better.
He actually,
like, he said he feels great and he's happy.
Aaron
and he's
went
excited.
to work though. Aaron has came
This is what I'm saying though. Some guys
Aaron went to work though.
Took it as an opportunity to just
get
like
better.
kick it into overdrive.
But
some people did.
And I feel like they're coming back and they're overexerting their bodies in a quick
And I'm worried we're going to see more of that
hurt.
this week because we've only been doing practice so far. Like we're going into live games
Right, and
now.
people getting hurt in practice.
Yep.
So these hits and all this holding and all that's going to be way
It's going to be
worse
weird.
in a game.
It's going to be weird.
I feel like this.
And we've got replacement refs too, so that's going to make it weirder. And injuries seem to have struck a couple of teams, including Philly and the 49ers. Like, the 49ers, they've had injuries to almost all of their major players.
Yep.
And like,
Denver had
I'm
some
not
too.
feeling as confident
but
about them this time around.
I'm so upset, bro. But, I mean, the
And
thing
like Philly,
is...
I mean, you could talk about this a little bit, but Philly's hurting right now, too. Y'all got a fuckload of people hurt.
I could talk about this because every year we're hurt. So
yeah, I was
mean,
hoping that because y'all got a new strength and conditioning
nothing
coordinator
changes,
that would
bro,
change.
over here.
But
We're always hurt, man. And hey, guess what? You know what's crazy, though? We still at least always make the playoffs. Let's fucking go. And with a couple, little switches here and
well,
there.
at least now if
you know?
Carson Wentz get hurt, y'all got Jalen
Hurts, bro. And I think all that's going to happen is now if Wentz does get hurt again, another quarterback will step into his shoes and maybe play just as good or better than him like Foles did, and then people start to realize.
So okay, we'll kind of jump into that then. Roster cuts have been made, and I do have a lot of major things that have happened here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Foles, did you see that he was not named the starter of the Bears for Week 1?
I mean,
dude, they're starting Mitchell Trubisky.
Right, but I mean,
why the fuck would they do that?
Why not?
Dude, I was so frightened that the Bears were going to make the right decision.
Look.
And start Big Dick Nick.
You knew Trubisky was going to start, bro. Like,
why?
You
no, I didn't. I thought for sure. Like, dude, they're paying Nick Foles $21 million.
Right.
They're not paying him $21 million to sit on the bench.
So is that the only reason that you thought they would start him?
It's a big part of it.
I mean,
but he's a Super Bowl MVP.
I feel like this was going to happen. Trubisky will come out. They'll give him like a couple games. He's going to look ass.
What's the over-under? I had a buddy hit me up. He said his
Foles,
over-under was 4. Do you think he starts
games?
4 again? Yeah.
Holy fuck, bro.
I said no. Hammer the under. There's no way. No way.
I would under the fuck out
I think
of
if they lose Week 1, they're going to be like, all right, we need Nick Foles.
I say it depends on how he loses those first
of course,
couple
but
games.
how has he lost every other game? By playing like shit.
If he comes out and does that little Jay Cutler bullshit, which is literally what it seems they're having luck with, like that kind of just they come out and throw to the other team more than they throw to their own team kind of. 3 games tops, bro. And I feel like maybe 2.5 games that he gets like pulled in the middle of a game. I think he can almost push himself. I'm definitely under on that. 4 games, I'd definitely
no
under.
way. That's a quarter of the season.
He's
no
not.
way.
He's. I don't think he makes.
No
it
way.
There. I don't think he makes.
I don't think so either.
Not paying Nate that much money on top of that.
Right.
But
That's
I just
what I'm
feel
saying.
like the
it's
performance.
a factor. How much he's getting paid is a factor.
The performance aspect is huge.
Right.
And the last time we saw Nick Foles,
do you think this is like? Do you think this is like
balling.
a PR move so that way they could go like, well, we gave Mitch a chance and he sucks, so like we're gonna see what we have in Nick Foles, and then Nick Foles is just gonna do his thing.
Right. I mean,
why can't they just start Nick Foles though? I don't understand.
I feel like Jacksonville could have kept him. He just got hurt. I mean.
He had like a freak injury though. Like you don't break your clavicle, bro.
Right.
Like that doesn't happen.
And he was balling that game before.
I mean,
he
it was
got hurt.
one game, but he was doing okay.
He had threw at least like a 50-yard tutty that game. So,
I can't remember, but he looked okay.
I can because I'm a Nick Foles fanboy who should have stayed with my Eagles.
Good point.
So I paid attention. He looked
you want to see how he was going to do with his
very
new team.
good. Everybody hyped Minshew, and Minshew was good. Like I said,
Minshew's fun, man.
For a couple games,
he won't be there though.
If you come as a stranger, bro, and start playing, nobody knows you yet. That's why.
Well, that's why this year's going to be interesting to see how he plays. Same with Drew Lock. Drew Lock and Minshew are both in similar cases right now.
I feel like Drew Lock's
going to be better.
I think Drew Lock is going to be better. I feel like Minshew is figured out. I don't feel like Drew Lock is.
You know what I think Minshew is? He's like the next generation of Fitzmagic. Like if he goes out there and he has nothing to lose, and he'll just sling the rock, bro, and like he'll have those games where like he has like 6 picks, but then he'll have those games where like he's got like 6 tutties,
right?
And you know what I mean?
Jameis Winston, I mean,
well, no, I don't even think Jameis Winston fits in that category. I think Minshew and Fitzmagic kind of like are the same.
Bro, let's be real.
Jameis Winston's trash.
Jameis Winston is trash, but when he popped off.
We're gonna see though. He got that LASIK, bro. He got that LASIK, bro. So
Winston has had some pop off his fuck games, dog. When he's on fire, he's on fire. But when he's he's ass.
But who were his receivers though? Godwin and Evans, bro. Some of the best talented, most talented.
But he said he couldn't see.
Receivers.
He said he couldn't see. So, I mean, we'll see what he does in New Orleans, right?
Right.
He'll get his chance.
We won't see yet, but
He'll get his chance. We'll see him take some snaps next year.
Doubt it, but okay.
We will.
We'll see Taysom Hill take some snaps.
We'll see Jameis take some snaps next year.
I doubt it, but
We'll
okay.
I mean, you also got to keep in mind Drew Brees shot himself in the foot still. Like, I don't feel like he's all the way forgiven. We forgot in the dust of the
He's
rug.
not,
but,
and that kind of goes into my next thing. Like
Jameis will take some snaps.
Yeah,
man.
Jake Fromm ended up making the roster, but they said that like it wasn't an easy decision. Like they said that it was like they said it was extremely difficult for him to win back his locker room, and that it was like kind of a big deal.
Exactly.
And
like what the hell?
And I honestly, like he could get cut next year. I think they kept him this year because they drafted him in the second round. Like
we'll give
you can't
like,
cut your second round quarterback.
We'll
you just can't. Like
that would be dumb to
it
even
would.
pick
It would be stupid.
Why'd
like
you pick him then?
He would have had to drop like some N bombs for them to be like, all right, like you gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right.
So like, I mean, he made the team, but it was like a big deal. But you know, he's doing okay.
He will not play.
No, Josh Allen's gonna play.
But I'm telling you, I think Winston will take some snaps. I do.
Did you see that Josh Rosen got released by Miami?
Yeah.
Did you see where he got signed?
No.
Take a guess.
Ooh,
Who's out here signing everybody?
Don't tell me, bro. That Tampa's just.
He got signed to Tampa, bro.
Bro, look.
Hey, you know, learning behind Tom Brady, he's young, he's cheap, and he's got some talent. So like he could be a sneaky good pick for Tampa.
We're getting to
they're not going to have any high picks soon. I think we can kind of agree on that, you know?
We're getting to a huge if you can't beat them, join them kind of like.
With Tampa, yeah.
It's starting to get. Yeah. I think they're like.
Along with Leonard Fournette.
They're almost like
Shady.
a piece on like an overkill now. I think they've overdid it at this point, and it's just like. It's too much. And,
he's only on the practice squad, though. He's not on the 53, but, I mean...
My only issue I have with this is I still have New Orleans winning that shit. So...
Josh Rosen's not going to play?
I don't feel like... I feel like Tampa's going to be good, but if I have New Orleans winning that shit...
I got New Orleans winning, too.
Then I don't feel like Tampa's going to, you know...
They're not going to be, like, transcendent. They're going to make it. Yeah. They'll probably make the playoffs.
I don't know, bro. Like I said, I'm going to go back and I'm going to re-listen.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I have them over 10 games. I don't have them at 10 games. I don't.
Well, neither does Vegas. Vegas has them at 9-7. So.
8. I think I said 8-8. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. They're going to be 8-8, 9-7, something like that.
I had them getting a wild card. Is what I had.
It's going to be tough, bro.
Prince Amukamara got released by the Raiders. He's kind of a big name quarterback, but... He's kind of like Xavier Rhodes at this point. I feel like they're both a little older. They're kind of falling off, and they're just losing their spots at this point. New England released their rookie kicker, who they drafted in the 5th round, and a kicker getting drafted, period, is a big deal. So I'm kind of surprised they got rid of him. They have Nick Folk right now as their kicker, so New England's hurting a kicker right now. That's for sure.
Folk's a veteran,
and they also released Mohamed Sanu, so Cam Newton's really not going to be throwing to anybody. And Cam Newton was officially named the starter. So, I mean, we're not too surprised
We
there.
knew that was going to happen at some point.
I just remembered.
It wasn't gonna
Did you see that
right
interview
away.
that Bill Belichick had where he was talking about Cam Newton?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I don't know if what you're about to reference is the one I saw, but I did see some shit where he talked about.
He talked more glowingly about Cam Newton than I've ever seen him talk about Tom Brady. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah,
he was like hyping up Cam Newton, bro, like hard.
Yeah, he was going in.
Do you think he's bluffing?
No.
Why do you think it's different?
I don't think it's different. I just feel like
he never hyped up Tom Brady.
I just
not
feel
like that.
So I feel like there are things.
For anyone who hasn't heard the interview, look it up.
Right.
Bill Belichick did a radio interview, and like some of the stuff he said about Cam Newton.
I feel like it's
insane.
like a new toy that he knows he can mold and like smash with, right?
So you think Bill Belichick's just like excited, like y'all about to see
because
some
I
shit.
feel like Cam can do things Brady can't do, and Brady can do some things that Cam can't do.
Well, sure,
but I feel like
it's less that way.
I feel like the things that Cam can do that like can't do, Belichick can teach him. The things that Brady couldn't do, that Cam could do, like he couldn't teach that to Brady how to scramble. And
that's just athletic.
Ability. That's why I feel like
you can't teach athleticism.
That's what I'm saying, and I feel like that's why he's like diamond in the rough. Let's fucking go.
And he's not paying him.
And
he's not paying him shit.
underpaid the fuck out of this guy.
Yep.
And we're gonna let him run here for a whole year,
store, bro.
And then we'll come back next year and pay him some shit. but I got him for a whole year, and I could fuck around with him, and he's gonna do some shit.
The Patriots also
looks pretty good, man.
they signed Lamar Miller a couple weeks ago. They just released him again too. So I guess we're looking at James White and Sony Michel in the backfield, which is not a bad backfield, but interesting that they signed Lamar Miller. You know what I mean? Indicating that like they might like want some help there. But Bill Belichick is also known to just like try guys out and just see what happens.
I also think Bill's smart enough to know like at the end of the day we're gonna fucking score. So
or they're just gonna tank.
I don't see Bill Belichick. Like I don't see him getting Cam Newton if he wanted to do that.
He's not paying him anything. Doesn't matter.
He's not, but I mean,
maybe. I'm just saying. Maybe.
I mean, he's not, but think about it. I mean, for Bill Belichick, right? Would Bill really think if Cam went somewhere else, it'd be a threat to his team? Like,
no.
I don't think he would have picked him up to not pay him nothing for just a tank.
Maybe.
Like
maybe their eyes not on Trevor Lawrence though. Maybe their eyes on someone else. Maybe they know that Jacksonville's getting the first pick, so maybe they're eyeing the second pick. So like they can get Cam Newton in there, have him get a year in the system, right? Lose a bunch of games, but he's got a year under his belt, and then they get the second pick where they can get anybody.
Well, I mean, they just got rid of like his target, right? So I mean,
Mohamed Sanu,
does he throw to now?
I mean, they got N'Keal Harry, who's like that one guy they drafted a couple years ago, and that's about it.
That's tough. It's pretty tough.
Yeah. Like we just mentioned, Leonard Fournette got signed by Tampa. I'm actually pretty stoked because, like, I'm not even kidding, bro. Not even like 24 hours before that, I had a buddy of mine doing fantasy who was willing to trade Fournette and Hilton for Aaron Rodgers, and I told him, do it. Fucking do it. It was a 2-quarterback league, and his other quarterback was Baker Mayfield, and he already had Deshaun Watson on his team. So he was able to trade those two guys. And, like, I asked him what his other skill positions were. He's fine at receiver and running back. They were almost just, like, bench players at that point. I was like, dump him, bro. T.Y. Hilton's got a low ceiling this year because we don't know what's going to happen with Phillip Rivers. And, dude, I knew Leonard Fournette wasn't going to be worth anything, dude. So he got Aaron Rodgers for Leonard Fournette and T.Y. Hilton, and then they released Leonard Fournette, who's now in Tampa, which is interesting, but they also have Shady McCoy there. So it's like he's going to split reps anyways. So at best, he's a handcuff.
Yeah.
Unless he beats out Shady, like what kind of happened with Damian Williams in Kansas City. I don't see that happening, though. Speaking of which, Damian Williams is also on IR now, too. He had some injury that happened. So Kansas City lost who should have been the Super Bowl MVP because he was. But
I mean, I still have them going, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm just saying, though.
I mean, they would have to have, like, a bunch
dude,
of
they are
injuries,
that
dude.
Scouting team in Kansas City is so insane. Like Chargandrick West, like fucking Jamal, what's his name? Jamal what was his name? He went to Denver for a bit. Jamal Charles. They had Jamal Charles, like Chargandrick West, Damian Williams, like dude, like every running back they get, bro, is insane. So I'm sure they've got somebody we've never heard of before, or they'll just fucking put what's his name at running back, like they do with they put Tyreek Hill at running back a bit. Exactly. They'll just put that other dude, that's like just as fast as Tyreek. I can't think of his name right now, but he's like the other wide receiver that is insane. Yeah.
And it's Mahomes, and so you don't even fucking know, bro, anymore.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Hey, he's going to throw that no-looker this year. We're going to see that no-looker, bro.
I do believe we are going to see one.
We're going to see. I hope we see it together.
I hope we see
it together.
I hope it's behind the back, though.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
We're going to see the behind the back this year.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
We're going to see it, man.
I'm going to flip shit. I hope it's either for, like, a touchdown or
it's gotta be for
a goal line play or something.
Or maybe like a fourth down.
Or, right.
Yeah.
I wanted to. Oh, my gosh, bro. That shit is gonna be so fucking nutty, bro.
The Bears kicking situation is still trash. They released Cairo Santos, who is not a bad kicker. He's like middle of the pack.
Yeah.
For Eddie Pinheiro, who kind of fucking sucks. But Pinheiro has a growing injury, so they're saying Cairo Santos could come back because Eddie Pinheiro's hurt. Dude, ever since the double doink, bro, they've been cursed. They can't find a kicker, dude.
Fucking retarded.
They just can't. Tampa released AQ Shipley. He's their veteran center. He's a great dude. He's fucking awesome, and he's great at what he does. Hey, they've already indicated that he'll likely come back. They likely just released him because veterans that get released aren't subject to waivers. So they're thinking that they strategically released him so they can get a slightly longer look at somebody else who might not make the team.
Yeah.
To see if they want to keep him.
and then
they'll just release them, and then reacquire
bring 'em back
AQ.
if
Yeah, is what
need
they've
be.
talked about.
Yeah.
The Titans signed Steven Gostkowski, the former kicker for the Patriots.
Not bad.
Dude, I don't know what happened to him. He was like the best in the league. I drafted him for like 2 or 3 straight
I remember
seasons.
that. That's why I was like, he's not bad, and then he just dropped
and
off
then
the face
like
of the
out of
earth.
nowhere, they just didn't want him in New England anymore. So, I mean, if he can return to form, the Titans just got a fucking steal with Steven Gostkowski. The Browns ended up keeping 5 tight ends on their roster. Now, here's the thing. Some teams will keep 4 because the tight end doubles as a fullback. So it's like 3 tight ends and a fullback. But they got 5 right now, including David Njoku, who requested a trade in the offseason. I think David Njoku is talented, but I don't think he's ever reached his potential in Cleveland. But they've got 5 right now on their 53-man roster.
Why hasn't he reached his potential? Why hasn't he reached his potential?
Probably because he plays for the Browns.
Because quarterbacks fucking
Maybe that's
sucks.
part of it. But I think a lot of people that go to that organization are just, it's a black hole. I could be wrong, but it feels that way.
Better quarterback, and they're going to be fire as fuck.
Maybe. T for T? They're not going to tank though. They won't tank.
They're not, but
yeah, they won't. They got too much talent to tank.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't make the playoffs as is with all that talent. So I mean, what are we really talking about?
Yeah, but they won't tank though.
They don't even go 500
True.
with all that.
Do you think they go 500 this year? I think they can reach 500.
I don't know, bro. Again, I just have no faith.
What's their ceiling? What do you think their ceiling is? Like a 9-7?
9-7.
So like a possible wild
I'm
card.
gonna say 8-8, man. Like
Damn.
9-7
So you think
to me is
500 is
still
there? Ooh.
because, bro. Come on, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm excited to revisit this topic. Like we'll touch base like after like 4 weeks into the season.
Yeah. And then when they're fucking 1-3 or fucking 0-4, I'm gonna be like,
1-3.
fucking Baker is fucking ass crack, bro.
Well, we already know this is it for Baker.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
This is do or die mode.
Yeah.
This is do or die mode.
For sure. Pittsburgh released Ryan Switzer. Does that name ring a bell to you?
Mm-mm.
He's like Cole Beasley. He's a Cole Beasley
That's
guy.
not
He's
bad.
he's a white guy. He's a slot guy.
They don't
He's
throw
speedy.
a lot to slot and shit like that.
Well,
though.
but I mean, if you got a slot guy, why you might as well. Other than Juju, who the fuck do you have?
I feel like they would have kept him if Ben would have played, but Ben hasn't been playing. It's been Rudolph throwing to these guys, so they're
Maybe.
pretty
So it
much,
made
you
Ryan
know.
Switzer look like not as valuable. Maybe.
And if
you think?
Ben would have been there, he would have ate him alive. You know.
Well,
Yeah.
he's one of the cuts here that I think is definitely going to get re-signed. I think he's definitely going to sign with somebody. Ryan Switzer's talented. He can be a punt returner and a receiver, like a slot guy. So I think he'll get
They'll
picked up
regret
for
that.
sure. Huh?
They'll regret that, I think.
I think so. I can't believe they let him go. He must have had a bad camp or
Yeah.
something. Like I don't know.
He talks some shit like Cole Beasley.
Well,
right?
another thing
He would have to
I
do
wanted to
some
point out
slugs.
to you too is that like you know how we talked about like fresh faces and like new people and stuff.
Yeah.
Most of these rosters look like they're a lot of the same dudes. Like they're not taking big risks on hardly anyone.
Yeah.
Dallas released HaHa Clinton Dix, former Packers safety. We all know he sucks. Now Dallas knows he sucks too. And lo and behold, Sean Lee, believe it or not, is starting on IR. I don't know if that's surprising to anyone in Dallas or not, but I'm going to say that it definitely shouldn't be.
It's not surprising
Because
to
I'm
me.
going to say this. He is extremely talented. Sean Lee's great, but he hasn't been
Always
healthy for
hurt.
like 4 or 5
He's
seasons
always
now.
hurt.
He'll come back.
It's-
He'll
it's-
flash for a couple of games. He'll get
And
hurt again.
Right back hurt.
And then it'll be just enough for them to continue to keep him for some reason and then rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Yep.
He might be done.
I think that he should be.
He's on IR though, so they don't have to like remove him from the roster or anything. Like they could eventually even decide to just like never bring him back for the season. But he he is on IR right now. Teams do get 2 IR designated for return players, so I'm sure they'll probably spend one on him like they did last season. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's dumb. No.
Yeah,
I'm,
I mean that's good news for you though, right?
I mean,
Like,
not really.
but
They
it's
still
not.
have
It's old news.
They still have a good
right?
fucking defense. Like
Yeah, the defense.
a lot
is
of
good.
the times we play him, he's been hurt or he's played. But
That's true, though.
it's
Good
still-
point.
You know, so
Yeah, I understand.
does nothing for me. But
Sure.
I think for Cowboy fans, this should now be like a huge deal because he's just hurt all the time, and y'all pay him a lot of money, and he's supposed to be your anchor of
Yeah.
defense. And
Well, the Wolf boy,
do you know?
what's his name? Wolf guy.
Oh, they
Van
got
Der Esch. Van Der Esch, yeah.
they-
He's
you know?
the new anchor.
Bro, now, right.
Yeah,
now
Van Der Esch, he was kind of launched in that position because Sean Lee got hurt. But I will say this. Van Der Esch, he embraced the moment. And he really is good. A big part of that defense.
I think that's why now it's making Sean Lee maybe just stick to that role of I'm going to just stay on the injury because, I mean, this guy's balling. And
I think Sean Lee wants to be on the field.
I don't.
Okay. Okay.
Or he just wouldn't be hurt every fucking time we hear about him. Like, I don't know. I mean, y'all are all professionals, right? Keep yourself from getting hurt. Stay healthy. Like what the fuck are we doing?
That's true, though.
Yeah.
Laquan Treadmill got released by Atlanta. That was actually a pretty big surprise to me because they did go and pick him up. But Laquan Treadmill has been kind of a piece of, well, not a piece of shit. That's pretty aggressive. But
what's his position?
He's been a failure since he got drafted in the first round. Let's just put it that way. Seattle released Shaquem Griffin, which really fucking sucks. There goes my hero.
Is that what he was?
It kind of sucks that he got dropped. I don't know what happened there. It's the guy with one hand we've talked about before. He's awesome. Yeah. Sucks that he got released. I don't know if he gets picked up by anybody. It'd be really cool if he did, but probably won't, if I'm being honest. Oh man,
probably not.
Y'all didn't
happen.
see Damian did a he did a hand thing, which was
my
funny.
Strong hand.
My strong hand.
Don't do me like that.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Did you see what the overall rating that Madden 21 got now that it's out?
No.
Can you take a guess? Take a guess for me. How low of the score do you think he got? We're talking user score, not reviewer score. The review score is really low too, but the
rating
user
out of
score
100.
Out of 100, yeah.
I would give the game in maybe a low 70, or maybe even a 60. But I also don't like the repetitiveness of like in Madden, right? We're in 2020, almost 2021. There shouldn't be certain glitches to where
you're absolutely right.
Where like video games running into or somebody's running through you, or like there's just certain shit that Madden. This is also 2K. I almost would rate them in the 40s or 30s if I was gonna be for real.
Keep going.
I'll be nice and I'll say like any game that they drop from here on out going forward, unless you give it a good 3 years, they're all gonna be ass.
You want to know what the official user score for it is?
What's that? I hope it's like a 10.
A 0.3.
Holy shit! They didn't even get 100. Point.
0.3.
Whoa.
It was 0.4 when I initially looked it up and I checked it again, and now it's 0.3.
So people just think it is complete ass.
People fucking hate Madden right now. That's why you're like 70, 60. I was like,
I'm gonna still be honest, right? Because people still gonna play it, right? So people can be stupid and just say it's a 0 and shit, but
no, I think this is a very shared opinion here, dude. I don't think people are trolling. I don't think that's what this is.
I didn't buy it and I won't buy it.
Me neither.
I haven't bought Madden.
I bought Madden 20. That was the last one I got because it was an anniversary edition. So I was like, I'll check it out, and it sucked.
Madden
so nope.
18 was my last one. 18, I think.
That's generous of you.
That
Yeah.
I just same thing with 2K though. I got 19, then I got 20 at some point in time. But
a lot of people are calling for NFL to revoke their exclusive license with EA and just give the money back and just give it to somebody else.
Yeah. What they need to do is
well, here's the thing too, right? We're talking about Madden, right? 2K fucked up too, though.
2K's, I think
they're in some trouble too. Have you heard about what they got going on with UFC 4? They launched the game, so they did review copies first, per usual, and then they launched the game and left it out for 2 weeks or so with no changes.
Yeah,
and then they added in real-time ads, in the middle of fights and stuff.
What?
Yeah, but they waited 2 weeks so that none of the review people would review those edits, the live advertisements. I'm going to say this. I actually don't think it's that bad, as far as intrusiveness goes. It looks like a real fight. During a real fight, they're and
right,
Honey Nut Cheerios presents, and then they'll just show the thing, and then and this is our Lexus replay, you know what I mean? And then they'll show Lexus, and then whatever. It's kind of like that. It's just a real quick, right now it's The Boys, that's the the superhero show from Amazon.
Oh yeah,
so that was the really example
good.
I saw.
Yeah.
It doesn't look terrible, but I think people are pissed because if that was just in from the beginning, cool. but they're like trying to be deceitful. So like
in,
all the reviews are not showing this, and then you buy the game, and now you got ads in your fucking game you paid $60 for. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's pretty. But
I'm actually pretty bummed too, because we talked about UFC 4 before, and I actually thought about buying it. Like, I was like, let's check this shit out. Like,
I watched some gameplay on it and all that,
and I fuck with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I haven't bought one in a really long time, and like, I'm kind of craving something to play right now. I'm just playing Rocket League all the fucking time.
I have 3.
Cool, and I'm sure it's decent,
or
right?
Maybe it's 2. The one with Connor on it, with like the.
I don't remember.
It could be 2. I don't know.
It's probably 2. 2's the last one I played.
I mean, they're just the same kind of game. You kind of go out, just kind of punch each other a couple times.
Well, a lot of people are saying the same shit about 2K as they are about Madden. No, they're saying like they've had the licenses for way too long. There's no competition. They don't give a fuck.
The only reason I'm getting 2K21 or whatever the fuck comes out is because I'm going to buy a PS5. So I will have.
You know the price is going to go up for that, right?
I don't care.
It's going to be $70.
Yeah, I'll have it. I mean,
that's a lot of money, man.
So, bro, I paid.
Why is $10? Why is that a big deal? Like, I'll pay $64.94 after tax. I'll pay $64.94 for a game, but like, if a game's like $70, I'm like, I don't know about that, man. I don't know if that's worth it.
I sometimes get the limited edition, so the shit's way
I think they
past,
should make the price cheaper if you buy it digitally.
My shit's way past like 60, 70 when I get some shit. Like,
well, I mean, I get the special editions sometimes.
Yeah, the shit's like 100 something. Like,
yeah, I've gotten a couple of those,
and so if when I buy a new game,
I like the steel books. I fuck with like the steel cases and stuff.
Right,
but I'm kind of all the way on board with the digital copies, though. I kind of like being able to just load whatever I want.
I do too.
I was real big on like physical copies, though. That was like my shit.
Physical copies still kind of my thing.
I'm very surprised that I even feel this way, but I kind of fuck with digital copies now, man. I really do.
I have some digital copies on my PlayStation, but I'm more of like a hard disk drive kind of guy. I
was the disc. Too, man. But that's changed a lot for me over the years.
If they make my PlayStation where I can download like 4 or 5 fucking games without having to delete another game,
I have I have a 5 terabyte external hard drive, so I can download all the games I want.
Yeah, I
see where you're coming from that angle, though.
I'll buy the game with it, but since it's going to be a new console, I'll probably buy 2 or 3 new games, like a couple of remotes and shit. So I'll probably spend well around $1,500 for just a PlayStation, right? An extra controller, 3 or 4 games.
Sure. Couple of rechargeable batteries.
Right,
they're all rechargeable for PlayStation.
Not Xbox here. Don't do it.
I mean, I get the rechargeable packs,
but yeah, like we don't have to do that. So
okay.
That's that Xbox life. No, but
ideally,
it's going to be
for me. I'm just hoping I get a PC, and then I'll just never look back. Because PlayStation has even come out and they've said that they want their exclusive games on PC now too.
It's going to happen, bro.
I mean, why not? You could sell more copies. Like it's more money for you. Who gives a fuck?
Right, and that's why I'm like Xbox. At some point in time,
and we've already discussed that they sell their consoles at a loss, anyways. Both companies do. So, I mean, if they could sell more software to people who already have PCs, like who gives a shit?
Right. Yeah.
You know, remember, like a while back, I said that I don't think Microsoft's going to be around anymore. I think they're going to be like Sega.
Yeah.
Where like they'll have like their companies, they'll make software, but their games will just release everywhere.
Right.
Shortly after that, Xbox came out and they said, if we cared about selling Xbox units, we wouldn't put our games on PC. Like the head of Xbox came out and said that. So a lot of people have been talking about like, oh, well, PlayStation's been selling this much. Like, you guys have sold this much. Like, what's up with that? And they're like, if we gave a shit about how many Xboxes we sold, we wouldn't put our shit on PC.
Yeah, but
so they're saying that their priority is not selling Xboxes. Their priority is getting their games in people's hands. So I think that further kind of supports my angle that I had before about Xbox maybe ceasing to exist. Maybe after this generation, you know what I mean? In a physical form, anyways. Like Microsoft will still be a gaming company. They still own a lot of Xbox like digital.
Xbox just won't be the same.
It won't be a console anymore. Right. Yeah, you just won't. They won't make Xboxes anymore. Right. They'll just make a bunch of games, make them available everywhere, and then just collect the money. Like, why not?
Yeah. But I mean, that's smart.
And think about how much less work that is too. Like, you don't have to design new consoles. You don't have to pay all those people. Like, you don't have to go to E3. Like, you don't have to. Well, I mean, you'll probably go to E3 to show your games off, but like, you get it. Smart.
I think it's in a way weirdly like related to King Kong versus Godzilla. I think Godzilla's gonna die because Godzilla already has hella movies already.
Kong so only has Xbox like is like one. That? Like they've been popping off for a while. So it's like,
now it doesn't matter, right? So Godzilla, they're gonna kill him.
However, I think Nintendo
and Kong pops off.
They are on top of their shit, and
They-
I don't
well,
think
they've
Nintendo.
always been
Oh yeah,
from the
Nintendo
jump.
announced a new Nintendo Switch is coming out
Yeah,
too.
and people are gonna go buy the fuck out of
I
that.
might buy it.
I'm
Shit.
gonna go buy it. I wanted to
Yeah.
get the Switch they have now, but I was like,
I already
I'm gonna
have
wait.
one,
I was
but
like, I'm
I'll
gonna
buy a
wait.
second one. I don't
I
give a
was like,
fuck.
I want to wait till like the next iteration comes out. Yeah, I will probably have the new.
I believe
Switch
the biggest
that
difference
pops.
between the old one and the new one is the new one is gonna have like better battery life. Because the old one's battery life, I'm gonna be honest, it kind of sucks. Like when it's not docked, but that doesn't really apply to me because I kind of always play my game docked. Like I got a 65-inch TV in my living room. Like I'm playing
Right.
some Breath of the Wild on this bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I got a 55 in my bedroom. Like I don't
that
give a
part
fuck.
wouldn't
And I have a
matter.
dock in both rooms, so I could just move it freely.
Right.
I wish that other companies had that kind of flexibility, bro. Like I want to play Xbox in my bedroom so bad, but I have it set up in my living room, and I would have to go through this
Just
whole fucking
move.
process if I wanted to
Yeah.
move it, and it's
Move all the
annoying.
shit.
The Switch, like literally being able to just like literally just pick it up, just the tablet, and just
move
take it to the fucking living room,
Right.
dude. The versatility is insane. It's easily my favorite console I've ever had, like
That is pretty sick.
bar none, bro. And their games are great. I'm getting ready to buy fucking Luigi's Mansion 3, man, and I'm hype as fuck about it.
That is pretty legit.
I wish that Mario Party had some more stages. Because they only got like 3.
Like 3.
Which
They
is kind
got
of fucking lame. That's some 2K fucking EA
They
shit.
should literally have like 100.
I'm surprised they haven't had a
fucking
DLC
stages.
pack for like more stages or some
Dude,
shit.
they gotta at least have like 20
like,
fucking stages,
no,
bro.
I mean, give me
10.
8. I was gonna say
Like-
10, but
like
like give
10,
me 8.
okay?
Like
but
I
bro,
can still work with that.
Mario
you know?
Party started back so long. Like
Yeah.
you can't tell me
You can't
like
give me 3 stages, bro. Like, come on.
you gotta better
man.
give me a fucking.
And after
10,
all this
15
time, like you've had
fucking
plenty of
stages,
time
bro.
to add more stages. Make it 5. You started with 3. Like, give me
come
something,
on,
you know?
bro.
Like,
right,
fuck.
bro.
God
That's
damn.
bizarre that they don't have fucking at
Right,
least 10
right.
fucking stages you can
Yeah.
pick from, bro. Like that's just crazy at this point.
The Kansas City Chiefs got the Super Bowl rings.
That's cute.
You seen them?
No, and I don't want to.
They're cool.
I'm pretty
my
sure they
favorite
look-
my favorite detail about it is like they have their signature on the inside of the ring, each individual player.
Let me look.
And it shows what the final score was for each team they beat.
Oh, that's kind of
Like
cool.
yeah, it has like all 3 of their logos in there
I'll
on
look
the
right now.
inside, and then the final score for each team they beat. So I was like, that's pretty cool. It's a nice ring, man. It's a Super Bowl ring. What are you gonna say? You know what I mean? So that's cool.
Oh, that shit's fire. You can
yeah.
get a replica for $30. Hey.
Oh, nice, $30. Nice. Hey, y'all
30
heard that?
bucks
Y'all
for
are
a
Chiefs
replica.
fans, you know. But
Oh shit.
on the same day they got the Super Bowl rings, Patrick Mahomes proposed to his girlfriend, which was pretty cool. You got to give a shout out to him. They've been together since high school. Homegirl's been with him for the long haul, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You got to respect the fuck out of that.
I think that it is cool. I also think that Mahomes is the pretty boy of our league now. He's getting other vaginas,
Right.
but congrats
That's what I'm saying.
to
So like for them to stay together all this time, like after he became like
I think
like
that's awesome.
the NFL MVP.
I
That's
think,
fucking sick.
well, I think that now the journey begins on her end with all the fuckery.
Do you think she kicks it back, man?
So,
don't even know
look,
it.
this is the
She
part,
has to,
this is
right?
the part
She's
that sucks
got
about
to.
this. She's gonna have to still be everything that she's already been, and kind of allow him to do what he wants at this point,
Sure.
unless she wants to lose
Oh,
out.
man.
I mean,
That's
she was
the
smart
alcohol
though for
talking.
fucking being like, yes, let's get married. She was definitely
Dude, she's like, I
Smart
did
as
it. We made it, man.
as soon as
We
she heard,
made
oh,
it.
every baby ended up. Marry me. I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
Oh,
and she's
man.
trying to do that bullshit ass Russell Wilson shit, right? And he left that bitch real quick. As soon as he got drafted, he was like, "Ha, bitch, yeah, no." And now it's just here. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
that's good shit on her part, but she better be ready. Like
Oh, sure.
he's the GOAT technically
I mean,
of the NFL right now, right? So
You know, well, I don't throw around the term GOAT too often, but Mahomes has got the potential, bro. Like, he's Rodgers 2.0, man.
So
And
let's
it just
say
is what
let's
it
just say
is.
best player in the NFL right now, right? He'd have to be in the conversation.
I was
right?
gonna say that he's definitely in the conversation
Right.
for sure.
So I feel like that when you're like with somebody like that, you're about to be in a different
Probably
type
weird.
of
You're like, yeah, that's my
right.
wait, my
I feel
husband?
like he was
What the
already fired,
fuck?
was probably already
Yeah.
getting his shit, but now he
Right.
won a Super Bowl and popped off MVP and signed his big ass contract.
Like $500 million.
Oh fuck, she's gonna have
$500 million?
She's gonna really have to throw that shit back.
Throw
bro.
it back hard, bro.
You, but I mean, woo, boy, it's possible though. But she's gonna have to get ready now for the real relationship part of it now. Cause
it's gonna be weird.
It's about to get tough.
Now you do have to give the women who are in relationships with these dudes a little bit
Huge
of
credit
because
Huge credit.
they're gone for so long. It's,
I know
it's almost like being in deployment, like in the fucking military. You know what I mean? Like they're gone like half a year basically,
I'll
like every fucking year. You know.
I know it's tough both ways, right? Because you're also
I
leaving your girl, right?
I'm needy as fuck.
I'm pretty sure these athletes are out here getting their own, but I'm pretty sure these wives or these
Some of them,
girlfriends that are back at home.
I think the NFL is a lot of dudes that are faithful as fuck.
I think it's both ways.
Maybe, yeah.
Wives and girls are out here getting and doing their
the
own
same
thing.
Way. It's all the same shit.
It's all,
Yeah.
The athletes or the military's doing it. Your wife or your girl back at home is probably doing it too.
Getting that Jody dick, bro.
And if she's not and you are, then you just make so much money, y'all will just go to counseling and it'll all be okay, right? Because who's walking away from that?
I'm gonna be honest, you're kind of right. Bro, I'm not gonna say that's the case, but I would assume that you're right.
If you married a chick, right? Let's say like Ertz, right? She plays soccer though.
Yeah,
half.
Dude, they're gonna make Avatar babies,
right? $500,000, but she's like gone all the fucking time. You don't really get to see her that much. If she comes back and says she cheats on you, are you saying like, fuck you, bitch, I don't want to be with you no more? Or would you just like go do the counseling?
Well, if I was Ertz, I would tell her to go fuck herself because I have my own money. But if I was like stay-at-home dad kind of situation, I'd be like, let's figure this out.
But so even then, right, you say you're being Ertz, right? You're not getting pussy?
I don't know, man.
I that's why I say like you don't know.
So
like,
he can definitely get pussy. Right. That's for sure.
Right.
I don't know if he's doing. I don't know if Ertz is doing that.
We can say the thing about Patty Mahomes. Like we know he can get vagina anywhere, but is he?
I don't think so. I'd like to think he's not. That would make me kind of sad.
No disrespect,
I would
bro.
hope not.
I'm just being real. Like
we're just we don't know shit. Hey, we're not experts. The fuck? Oh yeah. By the way, we're definitely not experts. We didn't even do our fucking intro.
Well, we did it. We didn't clink our glasses or nothing.
Nah,
and I was looking at Heston the whole time, guys. I swear to God, he didn't even do it. He didn't even do it for the last show. And I'm sitting here looking at him like, are we not gonna enter Dame that you're Heston and I'm Dame?
Yeah.
And we're like,
hey guys,
he didn't give.
Hey, to all the new listeners that are listening now.
Holy shit!
We're a sponsored worldwide sports and entertainment show.
Holy
we like
shit.
to talk shit about people and have a good time. We're both pretty fucked right now.
See, look,
in case y'all haven't noticed already.
If y'all are telling me fucking Patty Mahomes is not out here getting fucking vagina, fuck y'all, okay?
Oh, man.
Look, I know he loves his wife and whatever, but look, bro, I don't know, man. I don't want to, I wouldn't put this on anyone, but like, I could think about anybody who's a superstar. If you're going to ask me if it's just a complete faithfulness,
like James Harden,
100%,
like Russell Westbrook, like Kevin Durant,
stop,
they're
bro.
all getting pussy.
Stop, bro.
You might be right.
It is what it is.
You might be right.
Kobe was getting pussy. The bitch just tried to say he raped her. Ben was getting pussy.
That's right.
She just tried to say
Ben actually raped somebody though.
I don't know.
Ben actually raped somebody though. Ben
know.
raped somebody the same way that Ray Lewis killed somebody.
But the thing is, there were multiple cases on Ben.
I'm just talking about the one case where everyone's like, yeah, he fucking did it.
Maybe these dudes kind of may go overboard and rape a girl. I'm pretty sure that I'm in the midst of random dudes who not superstars that put girls in weird positions where
like they try to flex like their status, but like they don't have status, but then like they want to fuck them.
For example, right?
They
girls
don't.
have told me like guys just kind of get on top of them and just pull their dick out,
Dude, I literally can't fucking comprehend that.
So this is the crazy
bananas.
part. I think that it's weird and it's fucked, but
so you think
girls,
some of these dudes get this complex because they're like quote unquote famous,
and girls
so
let them do
they
it.
could just
and
like
girls let them
do some
it, though.
weird shit.
But girls let them do it though, and they don't say nothing until after the fact, and that's too late.
Like, that wasn't fun.
If it was that big of a deal, like why would you just let him pull his dick out and just stick it in your mouth? Why would you suck it then if you didn't want to suck it? Oh, you fell asleep and then you wake up and he's fucking you, but you kept letting him fuck you. So is he raping you at that point or?
Moving on.
Right. Come on, bro. You brought up the rape aspect. I was just talking about the fucking part. You brought that part.
Okay.
He's getting vagina.
Andy Reid also the Big Red, the Kool-Aid Man himself, the head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's also getting a 6-year extension as well. Makes sense. He's going to be with Patrick Mahomes.
So I'm so mad that we let him go when we
big move for Andy Reid. He said that he's only going to wear a Super Bowl ring on special occasions and when he wants a free cheeseburger. and I think that's a G move.
I'm pretty sure he'll be wearing that ring all the fucking time. Then
I don't know. Maybe right now.
So I heard he like puts down on food. Like
you want to know? You want to hear an interesting fact about Andy Reid?
Ridiculous.
I've heard he puts down food, but like through all the past training camps and stuff, he doesn't eat like that in front of his players.
That's
like
what I heard
all the
too.
players have said that like I've never seen him eat a cheeseburger. Like I've never seen it, but like Andy Reid's lost some weight though. To be fair, like he probably kicked back, like he throws it back the way like Patrick Mahomes' girl throws it back. You know what I mean? But like on the burgers, bro. But he's lost some weight, man. So like he's kind of got his shit together. But he said like if I ever want a free cheeseburger, like I'm gonna walk in with a Super Bowl ring. I'm like, bruh, all you gotta do is go anywhere in Kansas City. They all fucking know you, bro. You're gonna get free anything you want, dude. You brought them a fucking ship, bro.
I saw when he eats steak, bro, 40 ounces.
40 ounces?
40.
I'd like to eat one
bro,
of those.
I've eaten a 20 before. And
I've eaten like a 20 to 22, and that shit'll kick my ass a little bit.
I could fuck it up in certain moments,
Sure.
but that would only be half. Like, there's no way I'd be able to eat another fucking
What
half
even
of that.
is a 40-ounce steak? What does that even look like?
Fucking bro, that shit is
Oh my God.
fucking humongous, bro. Like,
Yeah, that sounds nuts.
so I've ordered 2 20s, and I've done like 1.5, but I've never been able to push like 2 20s, which would be what the fuck he eats.
Yeah, that sounds nuts.
And that's not, bro. He doesn't just eat the steak. He has sides and shit with it. It's
Maybe he's intermittent fasting
Bro,
the way that I am, and he's just
holy
like getting everything in, man. I don't know. That
40
sounds
ounces
nuts.
is fucking nuts, bro.
Josh Gordon sold his Patriots Super Bowl ring for $148,000. How much would you ever buy an authentic Super Bowl, like a Philly authentic Super Bowl ring?
But I would expect to pay way more than.
I was going to ask you, how much would you be willing to pay for one, a real one?
If I knew I was getting a real one,
right?
Like I would at least.
What would you be willing?
What
to part
I would
with?
expect to be willing to pay, because I feel like I don't think you can go any lower than this. I would say like $500,000, bro. Like,
I thought you were going to say that.
A
Patty Mahomes
100 and
contract.
like. You're right, bro. Like 100 and something thousand for like I don't.
Yeah,
that is like fucked up. Like you must just hate that team and like fuck.
Well, he
them
didn't really earn it. He was there for a bit, but he didn't play much.
148, like, bro. Even if
he probably took it like to Pawn Stars or something.
Right, you just took it to like some like you didn't even like look for the best price, bro, because it's already New England ring.
Yeah. And then, in case I failed to mention earlier, I can't remember. Josh Gordon did re-sign with Seattle. So,
I think you did
so Flash Gordon's back in Seattle with Russ, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf. God damn, Will Dissly up in this bitch. Like
they win their division.
Chris Carson. They got a bit of a squad.
I think they're. I think this is their back year. Like they're coming back.
They're gonna try.
I think they should win their division, and
I mean, they got Jamal Adams too now. Like that defense looking a little spooky. That offense looking a little spooky. Their offensive line still sucks though.
But
that's
they got
a
Russell.
Big deal, huh?
It's always sucked, but Russell's still some kind of way.
Let's just be real,
right?
Like it's going to impact something, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So,
I mean,
we'll see.
Cowboys has a good line. Dak sucks. Seattle has a bad line. Russell always still seems to be top.
Let's not even compare Dak to Russ because
we're not. But I'm saying I'm comparing their lines to one another.
Sure.
So if I say the line sucks, I mean Russ makes it look like he still has a good line.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, gave Jerry Jones the green light to have fans in the stadium. If Jerry Jones is the reason why we lose football this year,
he's going to do it. You already know he's going to do it.
No, he's going to have people there. It's going to be limited for sure, but
still.
I'm getting real sick of like Texas just like not giving a fuck. Like we're fucking Texas,
bro. It's almost like we
yippee-ki-yay.
should branch off from the U.S. and just be our own fucking place.
I mean, we already kind of fucking.
That's
did
what
that.
I'm saying. We act like that anyway. It's like no difference, bro. Like
if Jerry Jones is the reason why we lose football, I'm gonna have a fucking BF. Okay, we're gonna come on this podcast and I'm gonna fucking like lose my goddamn mind.
You could always drive to Dallas and search for him.
I was gonna say something close to that, but I don't think
you don't want to be weird, right?
Some weird shit.
We don't
like
want to
that.
threaten that.
Right? Like I'm not trying to put that on the internet. But
Jerry Jones ain't worried about you, bro.
You all get it.
Jerry
Anyone
Jones
that
is
fucks
not.
with this show.
If you say you were gonna go down there, Jerry Jones don't give a fuck about what you saying, bro. He ain't. He got security out
shit's
the ass.
weird though. I ain't trying to incriminate myself on shit. I'm not stupid.
Whatever. I'll ride with you. It's okay.
Thanks, man.
Just hit me up.
I just talked shit about Nick Wright like a week or two ago,
That's my
and
guy.
this week I actually
have
need to
to
give
love
him. I need to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Do you already know where I'm going with this?
No, but I like Nick Wright though, and I do listen to like.
Did you see his thing that he put up like on Get Up on the Get Up show?
What did he say?
Did you know that Nick Wright has a black kid?
Like adopted?
I don't know if he's adopted or not. I think his girl might be black, and I think they had a black kid together. I could be wrong, but like he has a black kid. And dude, Nick Wright, man, like he poured his heart out in the middle of one of these fucking Get Up episodes, bro, talking about what it's like having a kid that's black and what it's like you know, being in America right now and stuff, like during everything that's going on, the grief that he has to go through being a parent of a black child.
Well, it's because his wife is black, so
it's nuts. And like I'm gonna say this, you know, I actually went in on TV personalities, particularly in the sports department. Nick Wright has completely changed my opinion about him.
Bro, I've always liked him. A lot of people hated him.
I feel like if more of these guys showed the human side of them and not just like the fake characters that they put on TV, they'd be so much more enjoyable to watch. Which is another reason why I think podcasts are taking over.
Yeah.
Because we don't give a fuck. This is just who we are. And, like, I feel like that's a really big thing. Like, we're tired of people being fake all the fucking time. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We just
like, just be real with us, dude. And, like, Nick Wright was real.
He's always been real 100 from day one.
Well, he earned my goddamn respect. I'm going to say that.
So
it was insane.
People don't like him because he says LeBron's the GOAT. And that's literally the only reason
He's
people
had
don't
some
like
really
him.
bad takes that I have not appreciated.
He also has very good takes. But he gets lumped up in this, he just says LeBron's the GOAT, and that's all it is. And, I mean, he does. I kind of agree with him. But I don't just like him because of that. I just like how sometimes you got to think outside the box and bring something new to the table. He always says weird shit that not a lot of people say, and that's what I appreciate. That's kind of how Skip has based.
He's got some fresh takes, is what you're saying.
Skip has based his whole fucking career off of. He says the most outlandish, stupidest fucking shit.
Hate Skip Bayless.
And you're like, are you kidding me? And
hey,
that's
shout
how
out to
he's fucking
Shannon
famous.
Sharp. If for any reason you're listening to this, we both fuck with you, bro.
I fuck with I fuck with Skip Bayless too, because I feel like Skip Bayless gives life and meaning and understanding to a lot of shit that like Skip is so retarded, but in a good way. Like in a good way. Like I love him, and he be capping his ass off though. Like he says
it's true.
I mean, everybody I know at this point has seen that one clip, right, where it's like a clip of him talking shit about Aaron, but also
arguing with himself about whether or not Aaron Rodgers is like the GOAT.
The best ever. Fucking
it's true.
The greatest video ever.
It's true.
And
it is. It's great.
That's all he has ever been.
Skip Bayless. Here's the thing, man. Skip Bayless. He doesn't seem like he's tied to his opinions. Like he changes his opinion a lot,
often,
which to me is not a bad thing. Like I think changing your opinion is healthy, and it shows that you can be presented to new information and you're fluid. Yeah. You're not tied to your beliefs. But he speaks in such absolutes. Like that's his problem. Like he's like when he feels a certain way about something, like he's so deep on that shit, and then he changes his mind, right? And then it's weird. It's like, okay, you said some other shit
so
like,
hard about
Skip
it.
does it all the time. Yeah. I mean, fucking
time.
Shannon does it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what you said. You said this.
Come on, Skip.
Come on, Skip.
You know damn well, dog.
Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that, Skip.
Damn, dog.
Don't do it. Stop doing it.
Yeah, he be bullshitting.
And he's like, I'm gonna do it next week.
Yeah.
So
shout out though.
Shout out, man.
All those guys.
Hey,
I listen
Shannon
to them
Sharp,
hard.
my guy, bro.
Shannon Sharp is my dude.
Yeah.
Our biggest agreement is that LeBron's the GOAT and fucking Hennessy. Like Hennessy's my shit.
It's true though.
I'm
man.
literally like fucking Shannon. I'm just not as swole.
I've said this before. Shannon doesn't have bad takes.
I
don't think I've ever heard him give a bad take. I really don't. And y'all can argue with me on that. I will fight you. Shannon doesn't have bad takes.
He makes good points, man.
Always. He's consistent. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Antonio Brown's sex tape was leaked? You remember that trainer that like filed a grievance against him because he farted on her?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they have a sex tape
Did you watch
that was
it?
leaked on OnlyFans.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't
Why
watched
not?
it. I mean,
Don't you want to see that kind
I
of
don't
stuff?
have an OnlyFans. I don't fucking know.
Oh, I mean,
Have you watched it? This fucking guy. Come on,
mean,
Skip. Come on,
I mean,
man.
we got to know if this shit,
Oh,
if these
man.
allegations are true.
Was
right?
it good?
I mean, you know,
Oh my god.
I'll say this: go do your own research, okay? Everybody
Do
has
my own
so
research now, dude.
so,
we,
I
we
mean,
have a show together.
so
You
look.
gotta share it with the class, man.
This girl filed some stuff like against him, right? But it has this tape with him, right? So
Yeah.
just think about how weird it could actually be if you go look at the tape and it was like a huge deal about him really like raping her and stuff, right?
Well, I mean, if you made a tape, it's not rape.
I mean, at this point, what are we
Right,
talking about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's AB. We all know he has stamina and all,
I mean, yeah.
all these kind of things. So I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna dwell into this sex tape, right? Because,
Okay.
but I mean,
Okay.
I say
Damien's
go check it out.
mouth said nothing,
I
but
say
his
go check it
eyes
out.
said a lot.
I say go check it out.
Go check
bro,
it out. I don't have an
people-
OnlyFans. I'm not doing
Look,
that.
people that know me also, I
go
watch.
ahead and Dropbox it to me.
I watch weird stuff. Okay, like really weird stuff. So
Everyone watches weird stuff.
I don't think that we're on the same basis of
Okay,
weird. So,
okay.
but I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm
Okay.
not gonna dwell. But yeah,
Okay. Sports show.
yeah. Well, I would definitely say, look, Heston's not gonna go get it, guys. Look, if y'all have some type of access to that, I know most of y'all do have OnlyFans. I don't like OnlyFans.
Hey, real talk. If y'all can go watch the Antonio Brown leaked sex tape for me
Go
and
watch
give
it.
me a synopsis
Go
for
watch
it,
it.
send it to our page.
Go
I
watch
would
it.
greatly appreciate it because I want to see what's up.
Go-
But I ain't trying to watch that.
Go watch it. Go watch it. Not Heston, right? He's not trying, but you
Does
guys.
he, number one wide
watch
receiver in the NFL, tear that shit up?
I mean, he's number one wide receiver in the league for a reason, right?
Okay, I respect the fuck out of that.
I mean, it just makes her look weird.
It makes her look weird
Yeah. For
for her
saying
allegations.
Yeah. I'll put it that way.
We all knew she was full of shit. She's fucking into him, dude.
Come on.
Dead ass.
Come on. Come on now. And so why is the female right? If you can't be with him, why not still just have the luxury of saying that you're fucking him?
Yeah.
Like why does it?
Why don't you just keep?
If
You're
you
already
can't
getting
have
the dick.
him,
Like, I mean, I guess, dude,
you
you know
know?
he's paying her too. You know, like she's already his trainer. Like he's probably throwing her some dough.
he's
Like,
taking you out at least. Y'all are
Bruh.
going to go eat. Y'all are something, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, just run with it.
like
Come
why are you
on.
trying to ruin shit for yourself?
You don't have to. If the man don't want to be with you, you don't have to do all this extra stuff. And now the sex tape makes you look super weird. Raping you in what way? I'm sorry.
Right? Like it's weird. I don't align with that.
But yeah, watch it. It's impressive.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Goals.
So I'm not gonna
Wow.
dwell too deep.
But he went too deep.
Oh, hey, look, man. All right.
All right, man. We'll move on. We'll move on.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Did you see that Did you see that video of Joe Judge participating in practice with the Giants, where he dove like into like this big like pile of mud to recover a fumble, like with all the players?
No.
It was awesome.
It almost sounds like some what's that fucking football movie where they're in jail but they play in the mud that one time?
You talking about Longest Yard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
was
kinda,
like a Longest
it's kinda
Yard
like
moment.
that, right?
Yeah.
That's what it kind of sounds like.
But it was
Yeah.
just cool because like everyone's had a lot of questions around Joe Judge. Like he was a special teams coordinator with New England. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of an unknown just because nobody gives a shit about special teams, which is something that we're going to talk a lot about on the show, just because nobody else fucking talks about it. For the brand, Pat
Yeah.
McAfee, let's go. But the idea is that like it looks like he's really becoming like a player's coach, man. Like he's out there, like he's in that shit, and they seem to really enjoy being around him. So keep your eye on the Giants, man. Like they might do,
Bro.
they might play around and be some teams, man. Like
We
is all I'm
talked
saying.
about this already. I told you that they were going to be good next year. I don't know how good, but I
We'll
did
see.
tell you.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're gonna be
It's going
good.
to depend on Danny Dimes. I think Danny Dimes is going to be what dictates how good they do.
think
However,
I think it depends on Saquon.
well, we already know Saquon's going to show up.
If he's
I feel like
healthy.
Saquon is like he's like a constant.
He has to stay healthy.
Oh, well, of course. But
So that's what I'm
his
saying.
health history before his high ankle sprain was fine. And
But
a
he
high
didn't
ankle
play,
sprain,
though.
like that happens.
He didn't play though.
Right?
I think if he plays a full season, they're only as good as what Saquon's going to make them.
I'm
I don't-
inclined to agree
I
with
don't-
you.
don't really believe in Daniel all that well.
No one does.
I'm
I
gonna have to
don't,
see him
anyways.
again.
Yeah. He could be like a middle of the run quarterback.
I mean, he sucked, right? But he also didn't have Saquon, so did
Yeah,
nobody
true.
think that they were gonna run the ball? So
True.
we
And
have to see.
they actually did get decimated by wide receiver injuries.
You know what I
to be
mean?
fair,
So we
yeah.
have to kind of see how
Good point.
now
You
we
make a good
come
point.
back and
He
look.
could. I actually think it's safe to say he'll have a better year this year.
He should be
He should.
tremendously better.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like former employees and people like organizational influences and stuff still want Dan Snyder out, even after all the moves he's made.
Well, I mean,
they
because
still don't fuck with him.
it's because, like, I think if you're on the backside of it, knowing,
Well, he's trying to recover, right? Like he already fucked up and he's trying to do all this other stuff.
yeah,
You're like,
and
nah,
everybody
you're full of
knows
shit. Like,
that he's full
fuck
of shit at
you.
this point. It's
Yeah.
not legit what he wants to do. So yeah,
Right.
he's
Right.
no. Yeah,
Right.
so yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Let's do our week 1 picks. We get to do our picks this week. Okay, so this is something me and Damien started last year.
Holy
we
shit.
pick. It's just a pick 'em.
right.
Just no over under
this
none of that
first
shit.
week,
We're
right?
just doing pick 'ems.
All right.
I won last year, but it was narrow.
Barely,
It was
motherfucker.
close. I won by like a couple dubs.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
boy,
really
I got
good.
a 1-0 right now on the year. Like of the years that we've done this, I'm 1-0 right now.
Right.
So this is your year to try to pop back at me, okay?
I mean, we'll see.
So
what I can
and
do.
y'all can give us your picks too in our comments and stuff. Reach out to us. Y'all tell us who y'all think are gonna win these games. And me and Damien, we're gonna track our shit just like we did last year, and we're gonna see who feels better about what.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so are we extended to through Monday or through Sunday, and then
we're doing all the games this week, so through Monday. Starting
Monday.
Thursday through
All right.
Monday, yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
I'm gonna read you off each lineup, each matchup.
Yeah, well, I got them, so
Oh,
you
cool.
can say your team, and then I'll say mine.
Okay, cool.
And we'll
okay,
have
well
it.
then for the first game, the Thursday night game, it's Houston versus Kansas City. I got KC.
I have KC easily.
Yeah. Houston could like come out and pop off like Deshaun Watson. He got like $170 million like contract just a little while ago with $111 million guaranteed. Holy shit! So
That's high.
I don't know. Maybe he's got some juice. He got paid. He's out here. Maybe he'll pop off. I think it's Deshaun Watson. As long as he's on the field, there's a chance. So we'll see. But KC,
Yeah.
bro.
About to-
KC's tough, man.
About to whip that ass, bro.
About to
I think it's
about to Antonio Brown that ass, man.
I think they're gonna fuck it up.
Seattle, Atlanta. I got Seattle.
I have Seattle too.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, but I think Seattle whoops that ass. Buffalo, New York. I got Buffalo. I think New York is trash.
New York. So you know
the Jets. By the way, the Jets, not the Giants.
I'm gonna pick the Jets,
Ooh.
and I actually think that the Jets
with
could.
an upset. Oh wait, hold on. I need to write your teams down.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I,
Okay, so you said KC, Seattle.
yeah,
And, you
I
said the
want to
Jets.
pick the Jets. I do think that the Jets could be good this year.
Okay. I disagree
we'll
with you,
see
but
how
cool,
far
man.
that goes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But at
That's
least
what's fun about this. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the Jets could be good.
Okay, Chicago, Detroit.
Detroit.
Same.
Come on,
Detroit.
bro.
Come on. They're
bro.
starting Mitch Trubisky, man.
Come on, dog.
We can't do that.
Come on. Matt Patricia to me is not good, but I mean,
Green Bay, Minnesota.
Green Bay. And that's.
Thanks, man.
I mean, Minnesota's
I
set.
got Green Bay too.
Minnesota's set to win their division. I don't know about all that though.
Yeah,
but,
we'll see. I
mean,
doubt it. I doubt it.
I got
New England,
I'm gonna go
Miami.
Green Bay.
In New England.
I
I guess I should probably tell you that too, right? Like where they're at.
I mean, no, because I can see where they're at.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're looking.
I
too.
have it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say New England wins this. I don't think Tom Brady's there anymore. I think that was more of like a Tom Brady curse kind of deal.
This was a game I had trouble picking.
I say
like that's a tough matchup for me.
I think Cam comes.
I
out
think
and
like
pops
they're
off
in
on that
New
ass.
England. I think that's what tilts it.
I think Cam's gonna have like a game where he's like, "Y'all all doubted me."
He's gonna remind everyone who he is.
Yeah. I think that, and
I hope that
not
happens.
The
I'd
perfect
love to see
moment
that.
in
That'd
the
be a lot
first
of fun.
game at New England. And do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I think he pops off.
I feel that. Okay. Philly, Washington.
I don't have an answer because you already know who the fuck I'm
It's
picking.
Philly.
Nobody's beating Philly this
If
season.
oh yeah,
No one's
I
beating
failed to
Philly.
mention as well.
So-
Alex Smith made the 53-man roster, but Dwayne Haskins was named the starter.
That's all.
So Dwayne Haskins is the starter. Alex Smith made the roster, so I believe they're still confident in him. I think he's just not all the way back yet. So
think they're just
I
gonna
think
give a
there
couple
even
games.
could be like a positional change during the season where
Yeah.
Alex Smith comes back and he
Yeah.
takes the starting role. So, for those doing fantasy or anything, maybe consider that. If you're thinking you want to get Dwayne Haskins for some fucking reason, I would not recommend it. But if you're thinking about doing that, make sure to handcuff Alex Smith with him. And Alex Smith might be a sneaky pick in like round 11 or round 12 or something. Like in your last couple of rounds, maybe pick him up and see what happens. And, I mean, if he comes back, he has a chance to put up some numbers. So that could be a big value pick for sure.
He'll pop. We still going to whoop that ass, though.
Yeah.
On Sunday, so yeah.
Vegas, Carolina. At Carolina.
I got Panthers. I got
Same.
Teddy Bridge and Chris McCaffrey coming out and doing some shit.
Sam, I do too.
Yeah.
Teddy's going to come out, show what he's made of.
I think that he is.
McCaffrey's going to come out and start
and just
his
do what
reign.
he does, right? Like, he doesn't just do what he's been doing.
Right.
Like,
Indy, Jacksonville. At Jacksonville.
I'm going to go Indy. I
Same.
don't believe in Phillip Rivers.
I got Indy too.
I'm going to have to. I don't actually believe in Minshew. I don't.
I do, but I don't think like they've gotten rid of everything. Like he has nothing there.
I don't care. I don't.
Okay.
No.
Cleveland, Baltimore. I have Cleveland.
Okay. I have Baltimore.
Okay.
I don't know why the fuck you have Cleveland.
I have
honestly,
Cleveland.
But whatever. Bro.
Okay. I think they're gonna upset. I do. I think they do.
In Baltimore.
Yeah. No fans. Doesn't fucking matter.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay. Chargers,
Nutty.
Cincy.
So nutty. I can't believe you said that. I'm going with my boy Joe. Come on now.
Yeah, I picked Cincy
Yeah,
too.
I'm-
Yeah, I also picked Cincy.
I think he gets him to the playoffs, actually.
Ooh, they could. If AJ comes back to form, they got a chance. Oh yeah, Joe Mixon was re-signed too, right?
Yep.
So this could actually be a turning of the tide for them. Like he's one of the first like legit players that that Cincy's been able to re-sign in a long time.
Exactly.
And it's because of Joe Burrow.
Telling you. And if AJ comes back,
Yeah. Well, he's back, but if he returns to
but
form,
I'm talking about like.
yeah, if he's back. Yeah.
I think that he will be though. I mean, it's Joe. I think.
I feel that.
I mean, we have to see, but I do think playoffs for the Bengals could.
Tampa, New Orleans in the Dome.
So
This is a game I had trouble picking
this
too,
is
man.
this is a
I think
trouble
because
game
it's in
for
New
me,
Orleans,
too.
I take New Orleans.
But yeah. So it's a trouble game for me too. I think that Tampa Bay steals this one, that first one.
Okay.
But throughout the season, like I said, I don't think they're going to win the division.
Sure.
But
Okay. So you
that
think they
first one,
split is what you think?
They'll steal that one.
Okay. All right. Arizona, San Francisco. At San Francisco, but with all those injuries.
Yeah, I'm going.
Arizona could upset here.
Clearly going to Arizona here.
Damn. I did too.
Well, I mean, D Hop's also active.
Well, of course he is.
Well, we did. Well,
Yeah.
but you know,
yeah.
So yeah.
Dallas, Rams.
I'm.
Y'all already know how I feel about the Rams. I got Dallas.
So I got the Rams.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think Jared Goff gets it done?
I think Jared Goff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, New York. At New York.
Pittsburgh. If Ben's back, Big Ben is running the show.
I got Pitt as well.
Telling you. Yeah.
And Tennessee, Denver. At Denver.
I got. I do feel like I have Tannehill handing a rock off to my boy, and he's gonna run down their throats. I have Tennessee.
Cool. I have Denver. So the picks that we have that are different, you got the Jets and I got Buffalo. I got the Browns, you got Baltimore. I got New Orleans, you got Tampa. And I got Dallas, you got Rams.
Yep.
And then I got Denver, you got Titans. So we got a couple of games here that are different. So
Yep.
that'll result in a little bit of parity here for sure. Cool. All right, so those are our picks. I have them written down, so we'll refer to them next week when we make our next picks. We'll update where we're at as far as like wins and losses goes and so on and so forth. And we'll continue after that. This will be through the whole season, so let's get it.
Let's fucking get it.
Brian Shaw announced an update for his new event, the Shaw Classic, and he has given some additional details on this. He's gotten some referees that have participated in past World's Strongest Men competitions, some like OGs in the World's Strongest Manosphere.
Yeah.
So these guys, they're extremely viable refs. They're like official. It's going to be legit. So that's cool. They've decided to make it 6 events across 2 days. So it's going to be 2 events. You're going to have one in Shaw's main gym One day is going to be in the main gym, and then the other day is going to be up in the mountains in his new gym he's making. So the first day is going to start with max log press. So they're going to do the log press, and they're going to max out. So whoever can lift the most wins. They're going to do a super yoke. So a max log press, for anyone who doesn't know, they get like a big ass log that has 2 handles on the inside of it that they can put plates on the outside to continue to weigh it down.
Right.
What they have to do is they have to pull it off the ground, up their body, and then lift it up in the air and lock out. Yeah. And then they can drop it.
Right.
A super yoke is like basically a bar that sits across your back that you stabilize with your arms on each side that just holds a bunch of plates, and you carry it. It's a walk. So you have to walk X amount of distance, and it looks like this is going to be for distance, not time. And they said they're going to be right around 1,100 pounds. So they're going to do an 1,100 pound super yoke.
That's stupid.
And then they're going to do a farmer's walk medley. So a farmer's walk, think like carrying in the groceries, but like strongman. It's like these 2 like pillars they have to carry with handles on them, and they're going to have them at varying weights. So they're going to have the Brian Shaw said they're going to have like 3 of them at different weights, and if you can carry all 3 of them, it'll be on time. And then if you can't carry all 3 of them, it'll be like how quickly you did like 2 of them or 1 of them or whatever. That'll wrap up day 1. Day 2 will be the Hummer tire deadlift. This is actually an extremely unique deadlift that was previously only ever available at the Arnold Strongman Classic. There's only 2 bars in the world that have been made to handle this, and Brian Shaw got the second one made for this event. So it holds like 6 Hummer tires in total, like 3 on each side or 4 on each side, and they got deadlifted. So they're going to do the Hummer tire deadlift, circus dumbbell for reps. So like one of those ridiculous like circus strongman dudes with a curly mustache. Like they're going to do that. They haven't decided on a weight yet. They were discussing about 250 though, and they're going to do it for reps. However many you can do, if you get the most, you win. And then they're going to do a Atlas stone run, which is going to be 6 to 8 stones opposed to the standard 4 to 5. And they said that the weights are going to vary from 440 to 460. And for anyone who doesn't know what an Atlas stone is like a circular sphere. It's just a stone. It's just a big, fat, huge, heavy stone that's smoothed out. These guys, they'll put resin on their arms for stickiness. Just so that they can grip onto it. Right. And then they'll basically do a squat and then raise it up, and then they'll raise it onto a platform. So this will be like a competition. This will be time-based. If you're not able to lift all the stones, it's however quickly you're able to do X amount of stones.
When is this event supposed to pop off?
They don't have a date just yet.
But it should be something
very soon. It's coming up.
Early next year.
It's coming up.
Middle next year?
No, this year. It's coming up.
Oh, so
it's coming up.
Like a couple months or something like that.
Well, yeah, and they're also having like a giveaway where I'm not going to go into detail about that, but me and Damien are trying to get in on that.
Yeah, so y'all don't.
Yeah, so but like that's just a thing.
Right.
But yeah, so that's all the events that are going to take place. Brian Shaw says that they're still working on the final details, but they should have a final date soon. So you will be hearing us talk about that as well. Lionel Messi announced that he's going to be staying with Barcelona. So that was a very short-lived decision.
That was some
I don't really know what happened there, but he's back. So congratulations to anyone who fucks with them.
Said they would fucking kill his family if he left.
Right.
Oh, shit.
All right, next topic. This is something we wanted to talk about for the last couple of weeks, but we haven't really had time. Unfortunately, we do have time today. So something that I've been really curious about ever since I found this particular sport, I've wondered if there were other variations or combinations of sports that we could make that would be just as fun to watch. Damien has a sport as well, so like, do you want to tell the listeners what I'm referring to?
Yeah, so fucking chess boxing, and it's exactly what it pretty much sounds like. I heard this sport is like 11 rounds in which you alternate between playing chess and boxing. So. Right. For 3 minutes, you play chess, and then for like 3 minutes you box.
They're minute boxing rounds.
Yeah, and then right after that, you just sit back down tired as fuck after punching each other and then go back to chess. So
right.
The weird part about it to me is like in a lot of the pictures that I've seen, their boxing gloves are off. And I know like once those are on, those aren't really things you take off. So I don't know if this is more of like a kickboxing type of feel.
No, it's a standard boxing event. So they have a team that helps them take their shit off.
It takes forever then to take it off and then put it back like...
Yeah, they get 30 seconds between rounds to put on and take off their gear.
Yeah,
and the winner is determined by whoever gets a checkmate first, or gets knocks the other guy out.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. I don't think that's the craziest one I saw. I looked up like a lot.
Do you have other examples of like combined sports that would be fun to watch?
Bro, I don't know if people would like this, but extreme ironing.
Go on.
It's a sport where you iron your clothes and shit, but like doing something like an extreme sport like wakeboarding or like hanging from a cliff.
What? That sounds awesome.
I swear to God, people really do this shit.
Dude,
like,
that's sick.
Like I don't know fucking how.
Extreme ironing.
Extreme ironing is like
with a hot iron.
They're literally ironing clothes on an ironing board. While fucking doing like an extreme sport at the same time.
Dude, we need to hire one of those people.
Bro, that is by far fucking nutty as shit.
That sounds awesome. I have one here. It's a sport that's actually already been made. It's called Hedis.
Yeah. What's that?
Hedis is a sport that is like ping pong, but with a volleyball. So kind of like tennis with a volleyball, but you can only make contact with the ball with your head.
That sounds...
And they just like, they hit it back and forth at each other. And then like when they spike it, like they jump up on the table and they like spike it with their head.
I mean, that's sick though, in a way.
Dude, if you were to watch...
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I watched it would be sick as shit.
Bro.
Yeah, it sounds
it's
like
insane.
it is.
And probably like 10 out of 10 results in like brain damage too, but like that's okay. Like,
right?
Hey man, I'm not doing it, so that's not my problem. But
also like another sport, wife carrying. You ever heard about that?
I have seen wife carrying. Yeah,
I think it's only sick because you win your wife's weight in beer.
It's like kind of like a like an obstacle course, like
right,
like one of those like Spartan runs or something where you go through the mud and right.
I only like the price aspect of it, like the prizes that you get if you win.
Yeah, and it's what would you say the price was again?
So the or at least the prizes that you win for like carrying her like that is your wife's weight in beer. 5 times.
I didn't even know that.
5 times her weight in cash.
Okay.
And an entry into like the world championship. So,
dude, that sounds sick.
It's pretty sick, bro.
That's
to get
fucking
like
badass.
Her weight in beer.
Yeah.
That's gonna be quite a bit.
Yeah.
And 5 times her weight in cash.
That's also a pretty penny too.
That's still gonna be pretty significant
amount.
You know, I mean, depending on the weight of your wife. But if you're in wife carrying, I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be fucking humongous anyway. So
I get that.
Yeah, so I love the prizes for that shit.
I dig it. Yeah, that's awesome.
I definitely have that in there, and then of course I have one more remaining, which you probably know about, and then I would be done. I don't know. Do you have some more?
I got a couple.
There?
Well, yeah. So these are sports that don't already exist, but these are sports that I came up with that are combined. That would be fun.
So mine's are happening somewhere.
Sure.
Right
yeah. Well,
now.
that's cool. So we have a little bit of variety, which is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, bro.
For one of them was a home run derby competition, combined with a hot dog eating contest. So so it's cool because it's got like the baseball kind of theme to it because you got like hot dogs and baseball.
So how would you do it though?
You could do it in rounds, just like chess boxing.
Okay,
so you get X amount of time to like try to hit however many, like whoever gets like 10 home runs first wins, or like whoever eats like 80 hot dogs first wins, and it's like alternating. So like.
So you could pretty much pick or choose which one you want to be in?
Well, it's the same with chess boxing. You could be really good at chess and not good at boxing. Right. And if you could just get through the boxing matches, like,
do you think people get sick though from eating a bunch of hot dogs? Then
that's
going
part
back
of it.
Swinging?
I want people to get sick.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of puke.
Yeah, it'd be great.
God.
And then if you puke, you lose. Like you're disqualified. You see what I'm saying?
You make it even harder. Then I would just bank on trying to hit the home runs first.
I mean, you could try. Yeah, so I thought that would be cool, and they tie in together. You know what I mean? It's like baseball and hot dogs, and I feel like that together would be fun.
That's pretty badass.
Hell yeah!
I would try it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a foodie,
why
right?
Not, right? Like,
well, what the fuck?
Yeah,
so, yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah. What's yours? What's your other one?
I like cheese rolling.
Cheese rolling.
Yeah. Now they do this in like the UK, so of course, like a lot of people probably don't know about it over here. But it's literally like this hill that they go to, and they roll cheese down the hill. Do they do it in
kilts?
And people you can
okay,
pretty much
so that's okay. I think I've seen this.
And people run down the steep ass hill like trying to get to the cheese first, and you win. But supposedly it's like hella fucking dangerous, and a lot of people fuck a lot of people up during this event. Which is it's almost kind of like mosh pity, but like down the hill for cheese.
It's a little chaotic.
Yeah,
so for sure.
I kind of like it because of that aspect. of it.
It's dangerous cool. As fuck. Kind of like how they have like team mixed martial arts, like overseas, where it's like 5-on-5 and everyone just like beats the shit out of each other.
But if you're running down a steep hill, right? So what do? You just try to run full
you tumble,
sprint,
bro,
or do you just like fall over and just fucking roll? You know, like I dig it. Fucking intense.
Another one I have is have you seen Beer Fest, right? For sure, right?
Yeah, everybody has. I love
so
that movie.
Think like that level of drinking competition paired with curling. So like you're on skates, you're on the ice, and you're trying to curl that shit. But like in between each curling session, you got to complete in a drinking contest. So you got to chug however much beer that they regulate.
Yeah.
And then you got to get on the ice and try to win a curling match.
That's intense.
That would be... I just feel like the level of intensity that's required to be good at curling and, like, concentration paired with everyone getting fucked up could be a really fun combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my last
sounds
one...
badass.
Yeah, it'd be great, right? Like, I would watch the fuck out of that. I'd be like, oh, shit! And then, like, maybe they can get, like, power-ups or some shit or something, like... The other team has to do something like for whoever wins, like the drinking rounds or something. Like, there's an incentive. Like that would be cool.
That would be cool as shit.
Fuck yeah. The last one would be to combine the show Wipeout and like combine it with like a trivia show. So like while you're out here trying to do these obstacle courses, you gotta answer like trivia questions. Yeah.
So if you miss a question, are you disqualified?
I think the idea is that they can help or hurt you in the middle of it. So the idea is like you still got to get through the obstacle course, but like if you're really good at trivia, it can like help you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like if you get a question wrong, like it'll fuck you over. You know?
Yeah.
I thought that would be kind of fun. I think they had a game like on Nickelodeon back in the day. I think it was called Double Dare or some shit where like they would do like consequences. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? I didn't even think about that, but like I think that's like similar, kind of like that, but like for adults, I guess. Dude, you know what I mean?
Sick as fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Guts. Like, come on, bro. You know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Right.
That shit would be so sick.
You get it? Yeah, that'd be sick, right?
Yeah, that shit would be sick. Oh, shit.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I got for that. So
I mean, I got a couple more here.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Underwater hockey. So, like, these that I'm saying are, like, they're real already, dude.
Okay. Do they use, like, a wiffle ball or some shit?
They use a puck, but it's from the bottom floor, right, in this deep-ass pool. And you have like this small stick, and you have to like tread and stay underwater, and you like
that's
fucking
awesome.
Move the stick, underwater.
Do they use like scuba gear or something?
They do have on like a plate, of course.
Yeah, cool.
Now I do feel like I didn't look into it hardcore, but I don't feel like they have the gear to where they can stay down though the entire time.
Sure, yeah.
And just breathe the entire time, because then it'd be pointless. It has to be where you have to go up.
Oh, so there's some training to it. Like you got to be able to hold your breath
and then. Oh,
that sounds cool.
Bro, it looks a little sick. You know, it's one of the more safer ones.
Sure.
I also looked into shin kicking. It's
shin kicking.
Shin kicking. Bro.
Okay.
You stand up. It's almost like UFC, but you just kick each other in the shin until somebody concedes.
Falls. Yep. So it's like Russian slap. Competitions.
Shin kicks.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Does anyone really win that?
I mean, I think loses. It's a lose-lose. Because like if you're checking it the whole time, right? Like,
right.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck that.
Shit, dude. You know. Toe wrestling.
Toe wrestling.
That's
cute, man.
No shoes, no socks. You interlock your toes together.
Okay.
And it's the first person who can pin the other person's fucking foot, almost like arm wrestling.
Like you're trying to like flip
toes. You try to like get it to go sideways and like a pin.
So they only do 1 foot at a time?
1 foot at a time.
Oh, so you pick a good foot.
Right. Whatever's your strongest foot. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you do like
I fuck with some
You know,
toe
I don't know if
wrestling.
you would do your right, my left, right, and then we alternate.
Right,
but I would
right.
imagine
That would be fair.
I
That
would
would be kind of
imagine,
fucked, right?
You know,
Yeah.
it would have to be that
Sure.
way if the toes interlock a certain
Sure,
way.
sure,
And you
yeah.
kind of have to,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
maybe best out of 3 and the main. I don't know. You flip a coin and see who has main priority, right? To
Right.
say if they want left or right,
Right.
or something like that. But I didn't look deep into these things, but I was like, these are definitely somewhere that's fucking sports that I could see maybe could be popping off right now. I mean, of course, probably like toe wrestling couldn't during COVID, but I mean, like underwater hockey sounds cool as fuck. Extreme ironing, you know, like shit
Yeah.
like that. Like those
Yeah.
sound fucking pretty fucking cool to me. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. All right, well, I think that wraps up a good episode,
I
man.
think this does wrap it up.
I really do. Shout out to the Alamo City Cheeseheads again for being our first sponsor.
Right, man,
you
that
guys are
shit's
fucking
badass.
sick. Like we appreciate the fuck out of you guys.
Yeah,
and
for
to our
sure.
listeners for making any of this possible, like new or like, you know, been with us since episode 1. I mean, we're on episode 7 now, so
Right, I mean,
it's not that big a deal.
not
but
too big, but
we
big
appreciate
enough.
the fuck out of anyone
Big
who chooses
enough.
to make us a part of your daily routine.
For sure.
Find us on social. We got a growing community on Facebook, but you know, if you want to check us out on Twitter and Insta too, that's awesome. We will be having videos soon. I'm going to be testing it this Friday to see if it works. We'll see how that goes. I'll be able to give y'all an update on that soon. But we are working on this, and you know, we're just hoping that you guys get better along with us as we continue to improve the show.
Right, and please make sure you guys listen and hit the subscribe, hit the bell, hit whatever where you know when we drop some shit, you're gonna get it and you'll be able to see it. And make sure y'all pass us along to some people. You know, if y'all liking what y'all hearing, get some other people listening to us for sure. We definitely appreciate all the love you guys have given us since day one. Absolutely. And then, like he said, big shout out to the sponsor. That shit is amazing. So it's all love to you guys. Y'all have an enjoyable rest of the week.
Fuck yeah. Make
with your
your
boy.
way on to hump day.
Exactly.
And just remember to rock out with your socks on.
With your socks
With
on.
your socks on.
With your socks on.
That's
right. Didn't we said that shit right? Hey, y'all have a good one. Be easy.